Okay, hello. I've been putting off streaming because I've been in some bad mental health slumps, but I decided to do it today. Now, I believe somebody out here served um, as like a item deposit, and I forgot who, but gotta go drop some items off. Okay, it was definitely not Toto. Yes, that's right. Toto is the boy whose golem died for nothing to give us a sword. Gosuke died for nothing. Now, I did look it up, and apparently you can't get the Sun Sword any other way. However, what the Sun Sword can upgrade into, that you can get in dungeons. So he literally died to give us a weapon that isn't even necessarily unique. It technically is unique, but it's a weaker form of a weapon that is available through other means. So yeah, Gosuke definitely died for nothing. Who had the item capacity thing? Is it Enga? I think it was Enga. Here, let me update Twitch as well. Since the PS4 Dark Cloud interface for some reason does not want to like cooperate with Twitch ever. Is this a regular thing I'm gonna have to do when I stream Dark Cloud? Okay. Alright, I think we're good. Rufum, I've been trying to work on the video, but I've been mostly, failing to work on the video, where I have certain days where I just, like, sit in front of my laptop and try to get stuff done, and just nothing happens. It's coming along very slowly, but it is getting there. I'm way behind schedule, but I always am. I decided not to worry about it. I decided, like, who cares how long it takes me to complete it? It'll be done eventually. But yeah, I've mostly been in, like, some bad mental health slumps again, and I just haven't been feeling like, streaming recently. Yesterday, I was watching Evo, and I was just like, I don't want to stream right now. I'm just gonna watch fighting games instead. And I think Evo's pretty much over. I believe the Smash Ultimate Finals are happening right now. I think it was like the Ivysaur or the Pokemon Trainer player versus the Persona player. I don't follow Smash Ultimate. I'm a melee person, so I'm not too concerned. Watched Samurai Showdown, and it was okay, I guess. It still seems like the game's too young to really... Wait, hold on, I want to keep these, actually. Oh, no, I'll keep I'll keep 3 of these. The game seems too young to still be, like, really impressed by the gameplay. But then after the finals were over, I found out apparently the person who won, Infiltration, apparently he has, like, legitimate domestic abuse charges against him, where he confirmed, like, his, wife's reports, and, like, there have been, like, confirmed, hospital notices that, like, she had bruises and stuff. So, like, apparently a domestic abuser was allowed to enter EVO and got first place at one of the games there. And that was like, well, shit, that sucks. That certainly sours my mood on EVO, doesn't it? Like, he was banned from some other tournament, I think. But for whatever reason, I guess EVO allows domestic abusers to enter. Yay, EVO. Ugh. So yeah, that sucked. Are we done here? I think we're pretty much done here. Unless I want to... Let's categorize these real quick. Unless I want to take some of these out and sell them. Do I want to take any of these out and sell them? Well, I'll take out the water. And I guess I'll take out, like, one more of these gourds. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay. And then then I bought, so just before I started streaming today, I finally went ahead and did it so I don't miss any other future sales. I bought, Nier Automata. I don't know if it's Automata or Automata. Sometimes I want to say Automata, and other times I want to say Automata. Automata is faster to say, so I feel like I'm going to probably go with Automata. But yeah, I bought Nier, and I have like a good feeling I'm gonna think it's mediocre. I think there's like a 50% chance of me thinking it's mediocre, 25% chance of me thinking it's bad, and 25% chance of me thinking it's really good. But I gave in and was like, you know what, it's worth it to try. Platinum was behind the gameplay, and from my understanding, it's not as advanced as like Metal Gear Rising, much less like Bayonetta or DMC. But that being said, even Platinum games that are like simplistic in terms of gameplay are still usually fun and very fluid. Legend of Korra, I played that ages ago. I don't think you can buy that anymore. But the Legend of Korra PSN game, I think was Platinum at their least detailed combat-wise, and it was still fun. Like, it was still fun to beat people up in it. And then the soundtrack is amazing, so I was just like, screw it. Even if I don't like Nier, I think it's okay if I play it. I also bought Ys 8, Lacrimosa of Dana, which is apparently a really good action JRPG that people recommend. And I was like, you know what, it's on an island, there's dinosaurs, the combat's okay, I think I'll get it. And I bought, actually, I didn't expect to buy it, but I bought Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, because I never played the Dark Souls 2 DLC. I only played the original Dark Souls 2 back on the PS3, and I was like, you know what, it's $10, I'll give in. I'll just give in and stream Dark Souls 2 at some point. Why not? Alright, let's talk to all these moon rabbits. So yeah, last time we found out the moon has like Mountain Dew craters on it, and these black mage looking people are actually rabbit. They're like anthropomorphic rabbits, and they have cell phones and internet on the moon. Oh wow, this guy has an item check too, holy crap. Okay, wow. Well, I wasted time looking for the Muscalaca guy because could have done it all here. That's hilarious. It's like a flower table, that's fun. No way to climb up. There's a what? there's a ladder right in front of what? It should say like I don't need to go up there or something. I always get stood up when meeting Samba. He's so rude. Oh, this is Samba's girlfriend. Okay, Samba. Yeah. Right. He ran away from us to go on his date. Okay. Right. That's what happened last time. That whirring door noise is interesting. So yeah, there's the moon, there's the Mountain Dew craters on the moon. I like this area a lot better than Queens, I'll tell you what. The music isn't as good as Muscalaca, but it's not bad. It's up there. Hi there, how are you? I'm Jive. I know all about weapons, so listen up. To build up a Sun Sword, oh, that's the one I just got. Increase its original anti-bases evenly, and then all 5 elemental attributes up to the necessary level. Well, that's vague. That's very vague, sir. What is the necessary levels? What is this? Nothing in here? Alright. I'm gonna try not to worry too much about like leveling my weapons. I got hung up on that last time, I think, where I was just like, I'm really frustrated because I can't level up my weapons because I don't have the right items to do it. But screw it. I think I'm gonna just, you know, I'll keep things with Thief, or I'll keep items that I think there's only one copy of. But then otherwise, anytime I get anything to +5, I'll just disenchant it or synthesize it immediately. Not care about preserving my weapons. This is the factory that our boss is so proud of. What do you think? It's something, isn't it? Well, it is technically something. I am Leiden. I am in charge of this factory. I was told about you. Nice to meet you. Oh, Sambo's supposed to be your guide. He's on a date. He's on a date. He had, excruciating circumstances to deal with. I will take his place and guide you. So I hear you need to know about the sealing technique. That is a secret skill from ancient times used by our ancestors. Maybe our boss knows. Shall we go? By the way, when I stream other JRPGs in the future that have voice acting, I usually almost always go for the Japanese, but I think I'm gonna do English this time around for like Nier and Ys, because that way I don't have to read the dialogue, you know? This is the great factory our boss, leader of the Moon People, has created. There's nothing you can't make here. Seems pretty barren. Unfortunately, the boss is not here. Along with testing the new model, he's entered a contest. If it's urgent to see him now, go to the Colosseum. Okay. They misspelled Colosseum. Does Colosseum has two L's, does it not? Straight ahead past the moon base. However, the moon sea has changed recently. Monsters are lurking all over now. You mean in the Mountain Dew? There's monsters in the Mountain Dew? I'll walk you to the entrance. This way, please. Look at that JPEG sky. I love it. You can see each pixel on that moon, or whatever that was. That was the planet, actually, I think. Because we're on the moon. Though I guess there could be multiple moons. Beyond this gate is the Moon Sea. But then, it's quite different from any sea, you know. Recently, many monsters started appearing in the Moon Sea. Stay sharp and be careful. So is it actually liquid? Is it the Mountain Dew liquid all around me, or is it not? Is it gonna just be a landscape that's referred to as the sea for some weird reason? Be fully prepared before you set foot on the Moon Sea. So long now. But yeah, once you know the rabbits, their hopping makes absolute sense. You can't unsee the rabbit within the cloak after that big reveal at the end of last stream. This is where I started, isn't it? It just unlocked the gate for me. Okay. It's fine. Is this the big factory again? Yeah, okay. I think there's multiple doors to get inside the factory, so So that was a waste of a loading screen. Oh wait, hold on, this is the building area? Oh, okay. This is where we're gonna end up building stuff. Interesting, okay. So I guess the reason it's so empty is literally because all the equipment has been destroyed, or something. Or something. Because maybe the Dark Genie didn't attack the moon, maybe they just lost its... I don't know, we'll find out. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Big Youth, hey, hello. Nice to see you. All the regulars are here, I guess, except Dread Pupper, who hasn't shown up yet. In Yellow Drops, you've kept a particular tradition for ages, but the boss completely disregarded it to build a high-tech factory. I wonder if it was the right thing to do. Do you really have to get rid of the old to create something new? I mean, sometimes. It's a very vague question. It's context dependent. No way to climb up. Have you ever seen the Bravery Launch? It's a cursed board that makes you want to jump off when you step on it. I'm not that stupid. I'll never get on it. Okay. Okay, we can't go into anyone's bed. Apparently, every single rabbit's bed is off limits. Oh, Dreadpupper is here. Hey. I'm just talking to the NPCs and, like, trying to, you know, find out where everything is before we proceed along. You from Blue Terra? What are you doing here? Got nothing better to do? I'm saving the world, dumbass. Alright, screw it. I don't know where the... So you said there's a shop somewhere. You need the gunpowder to use the cannon that transports you around the Moon Sea craters. It's sure to be somewhere in each crater. Maybe one of the monsters has it. Okay, so that's the item to progress. He said there's shops where I can buy items. Where are these shops? I found the guy who stores my stuff. It's Saba or Sambo. I think this was where Sambo was. But I know you don't really need a mini-map for like one location like this, but I'm still getting kind of confused. Okay, this is not where Sabo was. This is where I literally just came from. Getting turned upside down here because everything is the same texture and color. Alright, if I don't find the shop, we're gonna go on ahead and just find it later, hopefully. Oh, interesting. The camera is inverted here. It's usually not inverted on the overworld, but it is right here. Dread, or Biggie, I've been, like, pretty freaking bad, actually, recently, mental health-wise, so things have been going pretty crappy for me. I've had a lot of bad nights, and I've been back in a funk. I've been trying to, went to, like, I've been going to yoga sessions like in parks that are donation based. Occasionally, I went to a new one recently that was really good. I went to like some small art galleries downtown with a friend, and that was kind of nice just to step outside, although I didn't really see much art that I was like aesthetically inclined toward. So I've been trying to like you know, I've been trying to do stuff and whatnot, but it's been pretty shitty. It's been pretty shitty recently. You're not from around here, are you, weirdo? I like these little rabbits. They have a lot of attitude. They speak their thoughts in a way that's very, like, even though they're insulting you, it's very candid in a way that I can't really be mad at them. Who are you? My name's Mania, collector of rare moon items. I collect old items. Do you have any for me? Oh, okay, well... I have this foundation. Okay, apparently you don't want makeup. That's fine. That's cool. Have we met before? Couldn't have, I guess. Okay. I don't know what's behind there. Maybe a different area, maybe nothing. My bet is on nothing. By the way, next game I might be playing is likely to be Nier Automata. I was saying that earlier, but I don't know if anybody was here, other than Rufum, to hear it. So if you're curious what game I might stream next, it is most likely going to be Nier. Okay, so this is where Samba was. God, I hope I memorize all the layout of these buildings so I know which is which. They're not that distinct. Okay, one of them had like the big so there's one with nothing on it, there's one with like the blue thing sprouting off of it, and then this one is like blue balls on stalks. Oh, and this was Jive. This was the weapons guy. Okay, alright, I went in a full circle, and I didn't find the shop. So let's just go ahead and go to the dungeon at this point, because I don't know where to go. Okay, let's get out of here. Go fight some monsters or whatnot. Yeah, people have said a lot of interesting, people have said Nier is interesting in general, but it's one of those things where I'm afraid people overhype it because they have like low standards for video game stories. We'll see. I'll find out if I like Nier soon enough. Oh my god. Oh my god. I should be dead. I'm not even wearing a safety helmet. So they have internet and cell phones, but the manner they use to get around is to blast themselves out of cannons. Like, these are sentient, intelligent creatures with internet, but for locomotion they use cannons. Okay, or not locomotion, for transportation, rather. Alright. Speaking of energy drinks, I have a few in my fridge, but I'm actually going to drink some French soda. it's like cheaper than a lot of regular soda at the store near me. I have a dragon fruit plum flavored French soda. It's pretty good. It sounds better than it actually is because it sounds like such an exotic flavor, but it's actually pretty, I don't know, it's more on the basic side. Like, it's not as flavorful as a lot of Japanese soft drinks, because those tend to be just bursting with, like, fruity aroma and fruity flavor, whereas American and European soft drinks tend to be a bit more, I don't know, they're just a little bit blander, I guess. Oh, Big U, if the bits are fine, it's totally up to you if you want to, like, if you want to throw some money at me directly or give me bits, it's completely up to you. Like, if you for whatever reason have bits already and you're just using them up, then give me the bits. But if you want to give me PayPal money, you can do that too. It's an option. Moonbug, that's pretty creative actually. I like that. I think handle. Okay. I'm curious what that is, actually. Let's find out. I think, what was I gonna say? Twitch, when you purchase bits on Twitch, I think they take a bigger cut than if you just were to donate money toward PayPal. So in terms of, like, how much of your donation actually goes to me, I believe direct donation is way more efficient in that regard, because Twitch doesn't take a cut of it. But if you have some kind of, you know, promotional deal where you get extra bits for free or whatnot, then that might offset it. Attached to some place, tool to rotate something. That might be to get to the back floor, or it might just be to get to another part of the map. Could be either or. Look at my sun sword, by the way. I will say this: a lot of, you know, RPGs don't have like your weapons or your armor change visually. I'm glad that even this, like, super old game at least has weapons appear differently, you know? That's good. I would hate it if all your weapons looked identical. It'd be terrible. Elk Boy cannot jump this. Infinity Train comes out, I think, like, tomorrow, by the way. It's apparently a 10-episode miniseries. It's not supposed to be, like, a long-running series, and I'm hoping it's good. I'm not as excited for it as a lot of people are. I'm trying to, like, not really have any expectations. And just if I'm surprised, awesome, but if I'm not, oh well. But yeah, I do technically have cable now. It's provided for free in my complex. So I will be able to watch it right as it airs. I don't know, maybe I'll try to... If I make a video on it, I might want to just make, like, an unscripted one, because it takes me so long to make scripted videos nowadays, and I'm trying to finish that Marceline video still. So if I do make a video on Infinity Train, it might just be, like, you know, general thoughts. I'll edit it and whatnot, but I might try to make it more off the cuff than my more formal, like, deep dive type stuff. This thing is... I was killing it with, oh god. I was killing it with, our main character really easily. It takes so many slingshot hits, though, with the cat. Ow! Point blank. I still also have to watch season 2 and 3 of She-Ra. I wrote like most of a season 1 review for She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, but I never got around to season 2 or 3. I'm curious if the series remains like kind of more child focused, I guess, or if it gets like a bit more all ages as it goes on. Because it has some like heavy themes to it, but a lot of the comedy is like really targeted at 10-year-olds in She-Ra, at least the first season. So I'm just curious if they keep that kind of, if they keep kind of that draping over it, you know, or if they try to adult it up a little bit. Have I been told to get an editor? I can't pay for an editor, but even if I could, I'm at a point where I kind of would prefer to do it myself. I had a friend volunteer to like help me if I wanted him to, but I was like, nah, that was a while ago. I don't live next to him anymore either, so it wouldn't really work. But like, no, I've never had anybody go out and tell me to get an editor. But when you do get big enough, and if you're busy, and especially if you have other jobs you do, getting an editor to do a lot of like the time-consuming tasks like audio and video editing, that is indeed very helpful. I mean, a lot of like the big, you know, multi-million subscriber channels have like full-on teams that create content. Like a lot of big people, like I don't know, fuck. Just like the game theory person. I'm not a fan of his, obviously, but like I think he has like a research team and an editing team and all that junk, you know. Lindsay Ellis, big fan of her. Lindsay Ellis has... How do I get over here? I have an item. Do I need to, like, use Reiki or something? How do I... There's an Atla over there. How do I get it? Oh, there we go. Okay. I was like, where... There's nothing popping up, you know? You have to go to the side over here where the handle goes, and then it works. Okay. But yeah, anyway, Lindsay Ellis, big fan of her. I know she has, I think, one person that she employs. At least one. For sure one. But possibly another. I'm not big enough, though, in terms of, you know, actually paying employees. And then on top of that, like I said, I do still kind of prefer to do it all myself, because it feels more, like, personal. Like, it feels like something I'm making kind of, like, to express myself. Whereas otherwise it would feel more like a kind of a business-type creation if I had other people working on the stuff I wanted to make. I might make a video on the Steven Universe movie, actually. I didn't want to make Steven Universe content in the near future, back when I, you know, returned to YouTube. I'm not necessarily never gonna make another video on Steven Universe ever again. I just may not do it on the, you know, the Season 5 finale stuff, or if I do, it'll be in a long time from now. But it is possible I'll make a video on the movie if I have anything interesting to say about it. More likely than not, I'll, again, try to do, like, a improvised kind of assessment of it, rather than something where I actually think about it really deeply and sit down and write a script, because that's way too time-consuming. But, like I said, if I have, like, something interesting to say about Steven Universe when it comes out, then yeah, I'll definitely do that. And am I excited for the movie? Yeah, I'm more intrigued than excited, I guess. I'm curious what they're gonna do. I try not to be excited for things, because, you know, you don't want to be let down. So I try to go into things without any real expectations. Like, that doesn't always pan out, depending on what we're talking about, but usually I try to keep my excitement in check. And also, I really want to make a video on Hilda. I have since it actually came out on Netflix, you know, many months ago. But my problem is I feel like I have nothing interesting to say about it. Like, it's just good. It's a good show. It's a good, solid, like, kind of easy to digest show that's, I don't know, it doesn't particularly, like, hook you very deeply, but it's a pleasant experience. I don't know, like, maybe I'll just go through it and see if there's any specific events that happen that I want to elaborate on in more detail. But it's one of those things where I'm just kind of dumbfounded as to what I'm supposed to talk about, because I don't want to just say the very obvious. If I do eventually make a video on Hilda, I think it will probably be of the format where I'll rewatch it, and as I'm watching it, I'll just write down events that particularly, like, stuck out to me, and then comment on why those events, you know, left more of an impression relative to the rest of the show or something. I might do something along those lines. Basically, I'd just be pointing out moments I liked a lot. Ow! think in my She-Ra review, my biggest issue was that, well, like Cat-Ra's, without Cat-Ra, She-Ra would not be worth watching. My whole takeaway from She-Ra is, like, watch it because of Cat-Ra. But I think their relationship could have been set up more in the early part of the series. And then a lot of my... Basically, my She-Ra takeaway is, like, it's okay, but it has a lot of, like, small problems. Like, the world feels really small. It feels like you can walk from the... it feels like you can walk from the evil empire to the quote-unquote good empire in, like, a day on foot. Everything, like, feels weirdly close together. And then a lot of like, the humor is... Like I said, it's more targeted to young kids, which is fine. But if you're coming into it as an adult, then you should know what to expect, I guess. The animation is very subpar. Their animation budget seemed, like, non-existent. But the bit I have to praise is that, like, Cat-Ra was a really good angsty character. It's like, how do you do an angsty teenager right? She's like a prime example, in my opinion, of the angsty archetype, who is, like, on the evil side, basically for petty personal reasons. And, like, her actions aren't justified, but you can understand why somebody that is self-absorbed acts the way she does. You know, like, not justified, but understandable is how you want to make characters who are generally fighting for the wrong side. A lot of the other soldiers, though, I feel like we don't really understand why they are on the side they are and why they still are indoctrinated. Like, I feel like the indoctrination could have been visualized a lot better. Because it feels like you have to be an idiot to not realize, like, you're on the bad side. I wouldn't say Hilda felt like Over the Garden Wall, personally, because oh my god, this fish is kicking my ass. Over the Garden Wall was really, the mood to it was very different from Hilda. Hilda was, like, much more upbeat and kind of, like... Hilda's a show that shows you that, like, life can be fun, you know? Whereas Over the Garden Wall was like it was almost like a mini epic. It's almost like an epic, but not quite. Over the Garden Wall is also just a lot more dark and, like, a lot more, I don't want to say mature, but the tone to it is a lot, the tone of Over the Garden Wall is, like, there's, you know, there's happy moments there, but the subject material is pretty kind of, like, intense, right? Like, the beast being a creature that turns children into trees, it's, like, it's pretty dark stuff. Whereas Hilda, I can't think of, like, there's a creature in Hilda that I think erases your memory or something if you're not careful with it, but there's nothing quite, like, comparable or on the same level in terms of tone. Like, there's creatures in Hilda that may have similar levels of effect on humans, but the tone of them doesn't feel quite as, like, dangerous or dark. Because Hilda is ultimately, like, a feel-good show. It's very feel-good. It's a very nice show to, like, relax with, where you don't have to, like, embrace all the bad parts that life might bring with, you know. It's a little bit how early Steven Universe was, when it was still, like, a bunch of standalone episodes about the town. But it's way more engaging, because I really didn't like the early Steven Universe episodes. They didn't quite resonate with me enough. But Hilda is, like, it's enough fun. These, like, random hijinks are entertaining enough that it holds its own. Yeah, wholesome is the word for Hilda. That's Dreadpupper. That is probably the best word, is wholesome. That would be my... If I had to pick one word to describe Hilda, it would be wholesome. I was reading chat and I got hurt. Ow, god damn it. Where's this ladybug cannon? I can't even see it. Where is it? There it is. There's two of them. Shit. gotta repair that sword. Okay, and then we gotta upgrade that sword as well. I already customized it. Okay. Alright, now it's gonna kill everything in like one hit. Or maybe not. Actually, never mind. Its attack didn't go up that much. Its attack was already almost maxed out. But its speed and its magic and all that junk went up a bunch. Sorry, just a sec. Gotta change my attribute or see what I have. No, this is fine. Thunder's fine. So apparently I looked it up, and this Macho Sword, it upgrades to like the same stuff that this sword does. So like both of these swords are like unique items you only get once. They're upgrades you can find elsewhere, but the final thing they upgrade to is like among the best weapons in the game, which I thought was pretty amusing. You wouldn't expect the Macho Sword to eventually become like one of the best swords in the game. At least I wouldn't, but hey. Max, what? Oh, yay! I got more durability points. Hooray. I remember I kept running into platforms that were removing my durability, so it's nice to get some more. Now I just have to not break it. Ah. I'm trying to think, are there any other cartoons I'm excited about other than like Owl House? Because Owl House looks like it could be cool. What else is there other than Infinity Train and Owl House? I think that might be it. I still have to watch The Dragon Prince. I haven't gotten around to it just because I've been lazy. But I've heard good things. Some of my friends have seen it and said it was really good. I have to get used to the animation, because I hate Netflix's 3D animation that they use for everything. And there's a character who's Irish, or has an Irish voice actor in there. I'm gonna have to get used to that, because it makes me laugh. I know that shouldn't, but like... I don't know if her accent is bad, or if that's what some Irish people actually sound like, but it sounds like a bad accent to somebody who's not familiar with the Irish accents. Or Scottish. I don't know the difference. I'm sorry, I'm not linguistically apt in that kind of thing. I don't want to use Ricky to TOD everything, because Ricky's weapon is already the final... his hammer is the final hammer. Like, I can't build it up anymore. This is as good as it gets. Like, I can keep upgrading it and making it more powerful, but it's not going to turn into anything new. So, like, the appeal of using Ricky for the time being is kind of not there. I haven't seen BoJack Horseman either. A lot of people have recommended it to me. I saw a few episodes and they didn't immediately hook me, which doesn't really mean much. Like, a lot of shows don't immediately hook me. It takes a while to kind of get invested, especially when they're kind of that sort of adult entertainment format. Like, I love Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Well, Always Sunny in Philadelphia, I think around season 9 or 10, got really bad. But until it got really bad, I thought Always Sunny was great. But it took me watching like 10 episodes of Always Sunny before I finally like really was having a good time with it. Like, I think the first episode is brilliant. Like, it's such a good examination of casual racism. But I remember watching it for the first time ever and being like, this show isn't really doing it for me. So, you know, I'm sure BoJack is one of those cases where I'm going to have to watch the whole season before I really get invested. But I do plan to get around to it eventually. Yeah, Tuca and Birdie, I want to see as well. And yes, it indeed was not renewed, because Netflix didn't promote it and then was like, well, we're going to cancel it. Okay. Cinnabine says the first few episodes of BoJack are garbage, which is good to know because I think I saw like the first 3 at a friend's house once, and yeah, those left me very, those left me not really caring to see the rest at the time. But that was also before everybody was saying how amazing BoJack's like second season was. I think. What is the season where everything's really sad? Is that season 2 or 3? But anyway, eventually, everyone was saying BoJack gets amazing because it makes you cry. But when I first saw BoJack, it was before then. Before those episodes were out, rather, is what I mean to say. Yeah. Oh my god. Ah! Alright, you know what? We're gonna get out of here. See if we can rebuild any parts of the factory. I mean, we're gonna leave the dungeon, is what I mean. We're not gonna go to the next floor. So there's our planet, Blue Terra. Apparently our planet has very little landmass on it. It's mostly ocean or something. Because, like, geez. That or there's some weird atmospheric thing that makes the landscape look blue. I don't know if that's the thing, but I mean, it's fiction, so you can just make it up and say it is. So, yeah, I'll definitely watch BoJack. It's just a question of when. My whole issue with why I don't get around to watching shows a lot of the time, right? Like, I watch a lot of garbage programming, I watch a lot of garbage movies in the background while I'm doing other stuff, usually when I'm trying to work and failing to work. But when I actually want to, like, sit down and watch a show I'm genuinely interested in, or one that I heard actually has, like, emotional or literary merit or whatnot, like, shows that are, or movies that are deemed to be good. When I want to watch those for the first time, I usually want to, like, pay attention and, like, be engrossed and have absolutely nothing going on. Like, I want to be on my sofa or on my bed doing nothing but paying attention, doing nothing but paying attention to the show. And because I wait until I can do something like that, what ends up happening is that a lot of times I just put off watching those shows altogether. So, if there's like some random Marvel movie on in the background, I'll watch that and I'll have opinions on it. But then when it comes to watching like BoJack or catching up with like Star vs. the Forces of Evil or whatever else, then that kind of stuff takes me forever. Sometimes years to finally sit down and watch. Although I heard Star vs. The recent stuff I've heard now that Star ended, I've heard really bad things about it. I heard it just turns into like crappy shipping and like the shipping over centers the other storylines and stuff, and that sucks to hear. Basically what I've been seeing about it on Twitter around the time the series concluded was that like a lot of the complaints reminded me of the same complaints I heard in regards to Legend of Korra, basically, where like all the love crap that people kind of are over at this point is the main driving factor of the show, at least in a large amount of the episodes, and that sounds awful. So I've kind of been put off on catching up with Star. Yeah, you can swear in the chat, Rufum, I don't care, I swear on the stream. The only thing I don't want in the chat is like, racist or homophobic or transphobic or any crap like that. But if you're just gonna say like fuck shit or things like that, I don't care. This isn't a child-friendly stream. It's I guess probably a teen-rated stream. I don't see why it'd be adult. What am I doing? I'm running around in circles because I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm supposed to go here. Also, I have a cough, so excuse me if I just end up coughing really loudly into the mic. I'll try to mute it or something. Like right now I'm looking for where the hell is the mute switch, so I can cough freely without damaging everyone's ears. Okay, I just coughed and I'm back, so hopefully everybody can hear me now. And hopefully nobody heard me coughing. I think there's too much dust in my house. I have to vacuum and like wipe a few counters off, because I think that's the reason I'm developing a cough, is that like when I sleep, I just inhale too much ambient dust. Hawaii is a very dusty place because of all the wind. Like, it's constantly windy because there's trade winds. It's an island. So the wind carries a lot of, particulate matter, and it builds up on the outside of houses a lot. And as such, it also, goes inside if you have, like, windows open, and it's just very easy for areas in Hawaii to accumulate dust, I guess, is what I'm saying. I saw the first season of Star, so what I liked about Star vs. the Forces of Evil was just, like, the characterization in the first season was decent, and, like, the events were zany, and, like, the events had a lot of Disney humor to them, if you know what that means. If you don't, I'm sorry, I don't know how else to phrase it, but I would put it as, like, Disney Channel humor is very big. But it's not, like, bad enough to make me, like, cringe or anything, so it was tolerable. Sometimes it was even pretty amusing, but usually it was just like, whatever. But the thing that I really liked about Star vs. the Forces of Evil is that there was like an overarching plotline developing in regards to Star's monarchy, being discriminatory against monsters who may not be, like, evil. Like, monsters may just be their own, species that also wants to live, and they have been colonized, and, like, their land has been taken from them and crap like that. And there's, like, rewriting of history done by the Muni. Star's people are called, like, Munis, I think. So the Munis have, like, rewritten history in their favor, and there's, like, kind of, I guess, propaganda in their kingdom. And Star is growing up on Earth, or whatever. I don't know the exact dimensions or worlds involved, it's been too long. But anyway, Star basically went from Muni, her home dimension, I'll say, to Earth to go to school for I don't know why, whatever reason. But while she's been away from her kingdom, she's, like, slowly finding out that her kingdom may have, like, basically been a horrible imperialistic force that marked monsters as the enemies when they didn't have to. So there's that, like, undercurrent running throughout the show during all of season 1, and that felt like it was, there's a lot of dumb hijinks, but the show also felt like it was building towards something a lot larger. And the season finale reflected that, because it was directly about somebody who's basically trying to liberate, like, monster kind. And I was like, wow, that's a lot of potential that you're setting up there in just the first season. That for a children's show, that's awesome. And that's what caught my eye about it, or caught my interest. But then I never moved on to season 2, 3, and 4, so who knows how it all pans out. But it's been so long since I've seen it that I'm really fuzzy on a lot of stuff. Mostly I remember what I just described. I also remember that Marco at one point had, like, a tentacle arm, and he was doing martial arts with a tentacle arm and beating everybody up. And then I remember one episode where Star was going through puberty, and puberty makes her turn into this, like, boy crazy monster that, like, it reminded me of, like, that movie, like, Species or something like that, where just, like, there's a woman who's an alien and guys want to sleep with her and then she eats them or whatever. That's kind of what it felt like a parody of, almost. That episode was really kind of fun. It averted, like, sexist tropes or anything associated with that general idea. I think, at least I think it did. So it didn't feel like they were pushing anything kind of bad message-wise or representation-wise. It was just kind of like a weird, goofy idea, and I had fun with it. I don't remember anything else about Star vs. the Forces of Evil other than Marco's tentacle arm and Star's puberty transformation. Wait, where did it... What? What? Is this... Wait. Oh, it's a blimp! It's like a... Wait, what is this? Am I building a robot? Because that looks like a robot arm or something. Or is it just all of it floats? Hold on. What am I looking at? What is this? Part of this. Oh, it is a mech. We are building a mech. Okay. Okay. It totally is a mech. I don't know why I'm surprised, honestly. That seems like completely par for the course, honestly. I don't think I should be surprised by that, and yet I am, for some reason. I think it's because I was distracted trying to remember what Star was about, or what certain episodes of Star were about. Where's the exit? How do I get out of here? Where's the door? It's up there, okay. Yeah, we're assembling Voltron. So I never watched, like, old school Voltron. I don't know that much about it, but I've heard somebody on a podcast talk about how in Voltron you had to plug the robot into, like, a cat's ass to power it. Like, is that real? Is that, like, a legitimate reference? Where you have to plug robots into cats' assholes? Or was that just something weird that person made up? Because that was like this podcast was like a tetrapod zoology podcast. I really recommend it. And this guy's like 40 or something. Like, he's not like some 20-year-old making a weird joke. Like, it seemed like he was basing it in some kind of truth. And I still don't know what the deal with Voltron and cat butts is. But apparently there's some connection between the two. Also, yeah, if you have any sort of interest in zoology whatsoever, I think the Tetrapod Zoology podcast is really good. I guess I may as well shout it out. It's done by Darren Naish, who has a blog of the same name where he writes about animals and just things in paleontology. He's a zoologist / paleontologist. He's done a ton of published work. And then John Conway is the other member of the podcast, and he does paleo art. And they're both pretty hilarious together because they have very different personalities, and they complement each other so well, in my opinion. A lot of, like, they talk about, you know, they talk about recent events and like recent papers and stuff like that. So a lot of their older episodes now are about, you know, a lot of their episodes that are old are very kind of embedded in the time they came out. And they also, you know, talk about recent events in zoology, paleontology. They talk about their lives sometimes in ways that their lives are related to their fields. And then sometimes they just talk randomly about, like, movies or whatnot. Where the hell's the dungeon? Alright, I can just go to it from the map. But yeah, it's a great podcast. I really like it. They haven't been putting many episodes out. They used to do it, like, monthly, but now they do it, like, once every 6 months or something, unfortunately, because they're both super busy. I heard this game has like a extra dungeon toward the end that's like 100 floors, and we're definitely not going to do that. I honestly, this game's probably not the best to stream because it's so repetitive. But that being said, I do think I've done a bad job trying to. I haven't really been speed running through it. I've kind of been taking my sweet ass time. So. Yeah, but we're definitely not going to be doing any sort of optional stuff. As soon as I get to the end credits in this game, or beat the final boss, we're going to move on ahead to Nier Automata, probably. It is going to take a while to kill everything. I think I might want to use... You know what, I'm gonna find an area with a lot of enemies, and then I'm going to use my stamina potion, because that way I can kill everything really quickly. See. Yeah, there's a lot of enemies here. This is good. Weapon decreased! No! 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 Don't do that to me! God damn it. Okay, let's open all of these first. I hate the random floor panels that have whatever random effects. I hate when they take off your durability. It is literally the worst. It's the worst outcome. And I think I've gotten more of them than... Oh god. Oh god! Oh god! I'm stuck! I'm stuck! Oh my god. Oh my god. Ah! Oh! Ah! Fuck! How do I get out? Where's my cheese? Where's my cheese? Okay, where's stamina potion? Do I not? Okay, there it is. There it is. Okay, now I open the chest. God damn it. Oh my god. God damn it. Oh wait, it was, sorry, I misread it. Okay, the floor panel took away my durability. It didn't reduce max durability, so I was actually complaining for nothing. One of the effects it has is, excuse me, reducing max durability. But that's not what I got. I just got the one that empties the... I got the one that mandates the repair powder. So that's not bad at all. That's totally acceptable. Also, holy shit, I have the wrong weapon equipped. No wonder I'm not doing that much damage. I had the wrong weapon equipped. Oh, God. Shit. I'm an idiot. This isn't going to do that much more, but it's going to do enough where it's not as annoying, I guess. Almost killed myself. I can't- those two fish cornered me. I wasn't able to do anything. Like, it's not my fault. I was pinned between two enemies. They decreased my that time it decreased my durability. It went from 58- oh no, it didn't. It was- okay, never mind. I keep misreading it. I thought it went from 58 to 57, but that's because I switched weapons, not because it went down. Also, isn't this the thing that will... Why did I get a flapping fish? This is for the secret... That's for the secret dungeons on the Queen's level. Why did it give me that? That's so random. Why are there moonfish? Why are there fish on the moon? Oh, well, I'm fighting them, I guess. So these fish hold smaller fish inside them? Is that what it is? There's moonfish, like mechanized moonfish with a... I just realized they have a snorkel. That, inside them there are the fish they ate? Or something? I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm sorry. I'm so confused. I should stream Mario Maker 2. I don't have a Switch. I also don't have an Elgato, so even if I had a Switch, I wouldn't be able to stream it. I mean, if I had an Elgato, I still don't have a computer that can handle streaming. So basically, like, there's no way I can stream Mario Maker 2. There's like 3 factors. No Switch, no computer, and no Elgato. Alright, you know what? We're gonna use another stamina potion. Because this is gonna take forever. Wow, that did 200. I wonder if that was like a critical hit or something. Must have been, because there are critical hits in this. Or rather than critical, they're like counter hits, where if the opponent is attacking while you hit them, or vice versa, the damage goes way up. I'm out of stamina potion now. That's gonna take a while. Ah! Just keep rolling. Alright, let's repair powder. We need to buy more repair powder. I went through all of mine so quick. Also, need more... Probably need more healing items too. No, you know what? No, that's still enough cheese. And then I have chicken and... yeah, I have plenty of healing items. What am I talking about? Oh, come on. Stop dodging me! Assuming I had all 3, would there be games I'd be willing to play stream? Yeah, I mean, whatever. Any games I'm playing, I'd be willing to stream if I had the capability to do so. Animal Crossing, when that comes out, I'm considering buying a Switch just for Animal Crossing. I don't think I will, but I would play the hell out of that game because I'm a big Animal Crossing fan. Oh my god. And then I'd probably stream like Breath of the Wild, because I probably would want to play that. Mario Maker 2, I don't really want to spend money on buying it, but like if it ever went on sale, I'd probably might get it. I'm not really a fan of creating levels. So the only appeal of Mario Maker would be to download other people's levels, but I feel like that as a gimmick would wear off for me pretty quickly. But yeah, like there's plenty of games I would love to stream. I have tons of Wii games as well that I want to stream if I had an Elgato. I have a very large inventory of classic Wii games. Oh shit. I'm getting my ass kicked by all these enemies. Well, let's use another cheese. What if we just use this freeze item? Well, we'll miss, apparently, is what will happen if we use it. Oh my god, this is gonna take forever. Ah, they teleported and dodged my attack. Come on, it's garbage. Alright, there we go, finally. And killing them was pointless, because I didn't get the item to allow me to move on. Hold on, let me check real quick. Yeah, I don't have it yet. I probably might play Smash, honestly, if I had a Switch. Like I said, I really like Melee, but I'd probably still play Ultimate if I did have a Switch. Maybe just a little bit. But then again, Ultimate... You know what? No, Ultimate has terrible online play, from what I heard, so I probably wouldn't. I take that back. Because I'm in Hawaii and connecting to people on the West Coast with Nintendo Wi-Fi. That'd be a bad time. So for Dragon Ball FighterZ, speaking of, I don't know if any of you guys watched Evo, or if you did watch Evo, I don't know if you specifically watched the DBFC finals, but it was Go 1 versus Sonic Fox, which was pretty predictable, but surprisingly, Sonic Fox put in a lot of, recently Goichi in DBFC has been dominant. He just washes everybody, like 2-0, 3-0, or like 3-1. Like, he's been so overbearing in his DBFC relative to everybody else. He feels like a league above. So I thought it was going to be a complete, like, easy, run-through for him. But Sonic Fox put up a really good fight. He put in a lot of recent practice into DBFC, apparently, because he was doing very well. He almost reset the bracket. He got reverse 3-0'd, but he was very close to resetting the bracket in the final fight that would have clinched it. He made 2 ginormous mistakes, which led to him dying. But he got close, and it was really fun. But yeah, anyway, the release date for the next DLC finally came out, so Janemba comes out on August 8th, and I'll probably jump back to DBFC when he does. I haven't played that game in like 5 months now, I think. I don't know if I'll stream it or not, but I'll definitely go back to DBFC now that there's new characters. Where is, what am I looking for here? Let's just put, whatever, let's just put that on there. What was I looking for? Oh, I was just gonna give her a gourd. Okay, or hold on. No, I wasn't. Oh, stamina drink, am I all out? I think I might be all out. Yeah, oh no, there we go. My issue with streaming fighting games is I get really salty when there's lag, and if you stream, it introduces lag, so it's worse, than it normally would be, and it's already not great, because I'm 2,500 miles from the mainland. So it creates this really terrible feedback loop of salt, and I don't know if I want to put up with that. Getting thirsty, need water. The other thing is I try to, whenever I stream and I commentate my matches... Oh, it's one of these. whenever I commentate my matches, I get extra salty because I'm saying what I did wrong, you know, like I point out every mistake out loud, and that makes me more upset in myself, and ergo, I end up, like, again, just contributing even more to the salt. And it's not fun to play fighting games when you're salty for me. It's just frustrating. So that's why I usually don't stream them anymore. Yeah, Sonic Fox is, like, I don't understand people who hate Sonic Fox. Like, okay, you hate furries, you have, like, a personal, weird hate of furries. But, like, even then, Sonic Fox is just, like, such a wholesome individual. Like, I have not seen a single other person in the FGC smile so much when they lose. Like, I think if I added up every single other, like, contestant that I've seen play, I've never seen, like, if you add them all up together, they still cumulatively would not have smiled as much as Sonic Fox after, like, losing a set. He's so happy, like, for his opponent. He's just so happy to play the game. Like, he just looks like he's having fun, like, no matter what the situation is. It's just so wholesome. He seems like such a cool dude. Like, how do you hate on him? I don't understand it. like, I'm sure he's disappointed that he didn't win, right? But you can't, like, see, there's not a shred of disappointment on his face when he comes out of grand finals with place number 2 or result number 2. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry, I can't speak today. I can never speak. I always can't speak. There's so many. I'm having such bad luck finding the freaking cannon powder to get out of here. All right, I'm over this. Let's throw a poison apple. Let's see how that works out. How much damage does poison do? Not that much, honestly. I guess I'll just let you. I'll come back later, sir. Let me come back. Let me go open that treasure chest that I missed back there. That's the last enemy, so I guess he has to have the, oh no, there's one right here too. There we go. There's the gunpowder. Well, let's see if this fish is dead yet, and then we'll get out of this hellhole. Well, good to know that poison lasts a very long time, so apparently a good strategy is, like, poison a powerful enemy and then run away and check on them later. But it takes a while for them to die still. Did Fox win MK Evo? I think he did, yeah. I remember it being, like, really one-sided. I had it on TV while I was trying to get some work done on my Marceline video, to no avail, unfortunately. But anyway, I did have it on in the background, and I remember the commentators, like, saying something like, I remember it going by really quick. I don't play Mortal Kombat at all, but it doesn't really interest me. Like, no aspect of Mortal Kombat is interesting to me. I don't like the visuals, I don't like the gameplay. But I did watch it, because I think nothing else was on at the time on Twitch. And pretty sure Sonic Fox dominated the Grand Finals. If not, the other guy dominated the Grand Finals, but I'm pretty sure it was Sonic Fox. Any thoughts on Sword and Shield? I think it's bullshit that they didn't do it. You don't do a new generation of Pokemon if you can't model every single Pokemon to exist. Don't create new Pokemon if you can't, like, upgrade the old ones for your next game. Like, you don't need to have a new generation. You can just have, like, a new sort of game experience, right? Like, Like, what happened to, like, Pokemon DX or Pokemon Coliseum or that one Wii Pokemon Coliseum game? Like, those were great. Make more of those. Don't start a new generation if you're gonna cut out, you know, 70% of the Pokemon that exist. Oh, look at her pose. That's so awesome. That's such a good pose in the canon. Oh, now I have to exit the dungeon with every character to see each character's individual pose if they're all different. That would be great. Because Elk Boy was just in it normally and he was just lying down. And she's doing her little, like, you know, hotty-totty sitting position. I wonder what pose Ricky would have. I hope they're not all just shipped in there like Elk Boy. That'd be boring. But yeah, I'm on the anti-Game Freak side in this. I think it's ridiculous to not include all the Pokemon. Like, I think that's completely unacceptable, personally. And then the controversy about the models being reused. Like, they are totally being reused. People mistranslated that article kind of heavily. But then on top of it, it was also kind of deceptively worded, even if you don't mistranslate it. So I'm not going to blame Game Freak 100% for the controversy, but those models totally are reused models. Like, the Charizard still fires Fire Blast or Flamethrower or whatever out of his shoulder. Like, if those were not reused, why would they make him fire his attack from his shoulder instead of his mouth? Because that's not exactly hard to fix if you're going to remake the entire thing, you know? Oh god, we have this is the most scary enemy in the whole game. Straight up. I'm like actually really scared right now. Oh Jesus, okay. We're gonna have to fight those with our cat. Alright, I got a cough. I'll be right back. Let me mute this mic here. I'm not having, like, baby coughs either. I'm almost at the point of having, like, full-on phlegm coughs. Not quite there, but close. Ugh, they're bad. But yeah, I haven't played any Pokemon games anyway, though, since XY2. Because I didn't have a 3DS for the longest time. And then I eventually got it, but my problem with Pokemon is I don't want to do the stuff with IVs, and every time I play it, I end up wanting to. Like, I want my Pokemon to have the right IVs, so I will spend hours and hours and hours breeding them. And I know it's a lot easier, but I just want them to remove IVs entirely. I don't want IVs in Pokemon to be a thing. And when they remove them, maybe at that point, I'll get back into Pokemon. But until then, like, no. Until then, I don't want to do it. I love Pokemon, like, don't get me wrong. It's just that I know myself enough that I will waste so much time and energy on something so insignificant. I don't want to get into it for that reason, basically. It's the same reason why I, like, never wanted to play, like, StarCraft and games like that, because I was like, you know what, if I find this as addicting as other people do, I'm gonna destroy my life. Like, it's one of those things where I'm like, I probably won't get addicted to this, but if I do, it's gonna be really bad. For Pokemon, I know I will get addicted to IV breeding. I know it. I've gotten addicted to IV breeding in like 3 different generations. I got into that whole RNG thing, you know, where you manipulate the time on the clock on the DS to spawn a perfect Pokemon using that external software. So you know, it's not hacking the game. It's just manipulating the RNG algorithm of the game. I did all that crap. When I got tired of breeding them, I started to RNG manipulate the Pokemon, and it was a big waste of time. Like, I regret all the effort I put into it. I think I had like 300 hours on my XY2 save. Yeah, I'll drink some tea after I finish streaming. I don't know if I have honey. I might still have honey. Back when my mom was here, when I moved back to Hawaii, my mom came, you know, to just be on vacation. So she bought a whole bunch of tea and honey, and she didn't finish most of it because she was only here for 2 weeks. So I think that's still here. So I should be able to have some honey tea in a few hours. I don't think I have any ginger though. I'd have to go out to buy ginger, and I'm not doing that tonight. We got a lot of potato cake. I think that's fish bait. I wonder if there's any fish on the moon. Fishing ponds on the moon. And clearly there's fish that have like snorkels for some reason that within them have flapping fish. And if that's the case, there should be fish on the moon to catch with a fishing rod as well. Cuz I have like 4 potato cakes now. Let's see. 3. I was close. I could sell them all, but I kind of want to go fishing. I hate fishing in this game, but I can't stop. I don't know what's wrong with me. I have a problem. I have a problem with fishing. I'm sorry. Can't stop, won't stop. Oh, by the way, the Guilty Gear 2020 trailer came out for the next Guilty Gear game. It looks amazing. I don't understand how ArcSys improved their already amazing art style. Like, I don't understand how they can make their games look even better. But they did it. The crazy bastards, they did it. Guilty Gear 2020 looks so good. Like, oh my god, if they make Dragon Ball FighterZ 2, which they should, right? The game brought in a ton of money. They totally have no excuse not to. I hope they use the updated graphics. I really hope they use the new Guilty Gear 2020 graphics for Dragon Ball FighterZ 2. Oh my god, it looks so good. Also, that black character with the badass face mask thing. He's like a samurai. He's such a good character design. The new Guilty Gear character. Like, they nailed it. Japan is finally nailing amazing black people in their video games. They're finally doing it, everyone. They're doing it. It only took a couple decades. I'm getting thirsty. I haven't seen bread in a while in this game. It's kind of a throwback, almost. It's kind of funny. Alright, I think we're done. Yeah, we're done. We're totally done. Oh, hold on. Yeah, we gotta see this with every character, right? So we did the genie, and we did our main character. Now we gotta see what it looks like with the others. Let's see what it looks like with an actual cat. Ah, she's just inside it, just like Elk Boy. Ah, I wanted everybody to have like their own unique pose. I know there's only so many poses you can do, but I was still hoping for something else. Like, I don't know. Like maybe she could have been curled up into like a fetal position or something. Damn it! That makes me think every single character except Janeri is gonna have the exact same positioning inside the canon. Are the latest Guilty Gear mechanics like Dragon Ball? No, Guilty Gear feels very different. Like going from Guilty Gear to Dragon Ball, the weight of the characters and how the movement feels is like... Dragon Ball feels very on rails, as if characters have like a preset pathing or something, whereas Guilty Gear is like very... It almost feels unstable, but actually it's a very high degree of finesse. But if you go from if you jump from Dragon Ball Z to Guilty Gear, it'll feel like weirdly heavy and like off-putting at first until you get used to it. Like it feels almost clunky. It's not. It's the opposite of clunky. It's incredibly tight, but it feels clunky. when you transition from Dragon Ball, where characters just kind of feel like they're slipping and sliding on like a rail. What else is there? And then mechanics-wise, Guilty Gear has very relatively short combos, or like 5 to 10 seconds tops. Maybe like 6 different moves in the combo. You know, like a 1-2-3 ground chain into like a 1-2-3 air chain kind of thing. But Guilty Gear is really big on Oki, just like Dragon Ball FighterZ is. So the Oki is kind of similar. But the meter management is massive in Guilty Gear. It's a huge component, whereas in Dragon Ball FighterZ you get tons of meter and you can just kind of spend it willy-nilly. In Guilty Gear, like, very smart meter management is integral. I would say the games are very different. You can feel the Arxis, like the Arxis, you know, feel behind both of them, but they're pretty goddamn different in terms of feel and in terms of flow. I would say Guilty Gear has a little bit more neutral to it too. There's a bit less like endless block stun, endless block string type stuff. There's a bit more like trying to move around and get the positioning just right in Guilty Gear, I think. Guilty Gear also, the biggest strength of Guilty Gear in my opinion is that the characters are so diverse. Like, there are so many unique characters, relatively, in Guilty Gear. They all have, like, very different game plans and very different sorts of attacks and very different, like, styles of play to them. And even beyond just the character being different, the way you can play the character is also very, like, the way people play the characters can be very different. Not for every character necessarily, but for a lot of them, there can be a very different approach. Whereas, Dragon Ball FighterZ is very similar. Every character plays almost the same, and the general game plan is very similar for every character as well. So when different people play different characters, when different people play the same character, it's generally still the same type of game plan. Dragon Ball FighterZ is probably the most samey video game, or the most samey fighting game that I've seen ever. Like, it's not that bad, but it is true. Like, it's not necessarily it's not necessarily like a criticism. It is a criticism, but it's not like it's awful. But nonetheless, you can't deny that it's true. Like, even if it's not a problem, it's still true that Dragon Ball FighterZ has a roster that plays almost identical to each other. Rufum, I don't really want a Discord server right now. I'd end up mostly ignoring it. Thanks for the volunteering. Maybe in the future. Maybe in the future I'll look into it, but not right now. I wouldn't use it enough, so I'd feel like it's a waste if I'm not engaging with the people who came there, you know? But maybe in the future. Eagle head, spine of shell. Are these like all twisted? These are like all animal parts. It's really finger, the mammoth finger of a giant. It's a mech made of biological, like, it's a mech made of like animal parts, basically. What the hell? That's so weird. Like amniote. That's actually really cool. I really like that. A mech made of biological components from various species. That's really... I can't... Like, the closest I can think of something similar is, like, Evangelion, but that's not similar enough. It's still pretty different. Like, I can't think of anything where you take, like, an eagle head, you know, a rhino horn, the hand of a giant, like, feathers and shit, and then make a robot out of it. That's kind of... That's really bizarre. I like that a lot. Yeah, it's weird how a game from 2000 can still feel fresh in some of its ideas. That's actually really cool. Like, who would have thunk it? That a game, like who would have thunk that a super generic RPG from 2000 has a mech idea that feels unique? That's awesome. Alright, where's any treasure chests? There's one over there. Is that it? I put down like 2 new things and I only got 1 new chest out of it? Oh, it's tied to dungeon progression probably, that's why. Okay. Alright, well let's get out of here. I need to go shopping, and I don't know where the shop is. I don't know if there is a shop, actually. No, there's definitely a shop. One of the bunnies told me there was a shop. Unless they lied to me. I must have just not found it. Should I just go to Muskalaka instead? Because I don't want to go inside every building again looking for that one bunny that sells items. Yeah, let's just go to Muskalaka. We can go fishing there too, because it's a small oasis. Ciarufum, thanks for the Discord shout out, or thanks for the Discord offer. One day, maybe. Alright, give me all the repair powders you got. No, that's too many. I don't know why I love that Simpsons Hans Moleman meme so much, but it's so good. It's such a good meme. Oh, I got a lot of soap. You know what, we should keep these. We can use these on enemies. Or actually, how much do they sell for? 180? No, 60. Yeah, I should use those on enemies. They don't sell for that much. The slow one I will sell, though. And then, wow, we got a lot of poison. 87 out of 100 still. Yeah, that's good. That was all my repair powders. Alright, I think we're good to go. Let's go do some fishing, because I'm a masochist, apparently. Is Street Fighter or Tekken known to have not samey characters? So Tekken has, like, a ton of characters. I think Tekken is diverse simply because the cast is, like, what, in over 50 characters, at least, right, in Tekken? So given the size of the cast, I know Tekken has a ton of diversity. Although I don't necessarily know how diverse each character is from another character. And also Tekken has that whole, 3D aspect. So I'm not sure how much stuff you can... I'm not sure how diverse the gameplay can be in a 3D-styled game like that. Because, if in a 2D game, you can have characters with, like, insane projectiles, right? That their whole point is, like, to stay far away and launch various types of projectiles. I don't think you can have that sort of thing in Tekken. So, But that being said, like I said, because Tekken has, like, 60, 70 characters or whatnot, I'm pretty sure it's fairly diverse. I've never heard anybody complain about the diversity in Tekken, at least. Street Fighter, I don't play it, so I can't comment. I'm not a Street Fighter person, really. But it seems pretty decent. I will say it seems pretty good. Nothing is as bad as Fighters when it comes to diversity. Fighters is by far the worst. Because it's... Every character follows a template. Like, every character is designed on the same basic template. So, like, every character will have the same function for their 2M, right? Every character will have the same special inputs and generally the same kind of purpose for that special. Like a lot of, like every single Kamehameha type beam is going to be mapped to, like, quarter circle forward special input, right? Like, that's, like, universalized at this point. So, yeah, it's just... I'm struggling to think of any other game that doesn't have, like, 6 characters that is less diverse than DBFC. But like I said, don't get me wrong, I love DBFC. I think it's a fantastic game. The fact that it's 3 versus 3 helps with that diversity problem, because the team composition does do a lot to kind of differentiate how a person plays, and like what they prioritize and stuff like that. Like, I still love the game, and I think the fact that every character plays with the same exact basic outline, the fact that every character plays based on the same basic outline, that helps new people who, you know, are just picking up fighting games or learning DBFZ for the first time. It helps them be able to jump across different characters and still kind of know what they're doing without too much trouble. So, like, it's not all bad, but it nonetheless is a descriptive aspect, I guess. Dive kick is more diverse than DBFZ. Dive kicks, the jump speeds and the sort of kicks in dive kick, and the special, like the super properties in dive kick when you get full meter, they're way more diverse than DBFZ, actually. So no, dive kick is not less diverse than DBFZ, despite only having dive and kick buttons. In fact, I remember I only played dive kick back before it was patched, though, back when like Zubaz was broken. So I don't know how much changed since then, but back when dive kick just came out, it was definitely more diverse than DBFZ when it only had like 8 characters still. Okay, apparently none of these fish like Mimi's. Let's change our... They like the potato a lot. Let's change our bait to the potato, because they like that. It bit right away. Yeah, look at that. That fish saw the potato, went right for it. Yeah, okay, they love potatoes. They love potatoes, the desert fish. Did you know that if you want to survive in the desert and you found an oasis, the way you catch fish is with a potato? Bear Grylls won't teach you that. Bear Grylls won't really teach you anything. Don't take his advice. It almost always will kill you. I think about 20% of the stuff Bear Grylls says is actually helpful in a survival situation, and then about 50% of it will kill you, and then the other 30% is kind of like inane or just random or pointless. Or, you know, no, I'd say about about 15% is like so unrealistic it's almost not worth braining up ever, because the chances of you running into that sort of situation are so low that it's all, that I guess that counts as inane in that sense, in the sense that, like, why are you talking about this? What? Bait ran out? They didn't even... Ugh. They ate my potato! Yeah, I hate Bear Grylls. He does so much damage to wildlife. He owes so many governments, like, money because he broke their national park guidelines where he, like, eats animals when he's not supposed to. And then a lot of the animals he eats, like, he didn't find them. The camera crew placed them there on purpose. Like, it's very obvious that a lot of the animals he comes across were planted. Like, I'll give him this. He is athletic, and he can eat a lot of gross stuff. But that's all he has going for him, is he's athletic and he can eat gross things. He can drink elephant dung liquid, or he can squeeze out the liquid from elephant poop and drink it. Which, by the way, that apparently is not real. That wouldn't work, and it would also not be worth the risk of all the crap that can come with it. Literally. How's this show doing nowadays? He's had like 5 different shows since Man vs. Wild. I don't keep up with any of them, so I don't know. He's had a new one recently where he's like bringing on celebrities as usual. And I guess he's still getting a lot of money for it, but I'm not sure. A Neji. Or Negai? It's a freaky looking fish. It's like a mix between a screw and an accordion. And like a... Or like a spring? I don't know. That fish is... That's really creepy. Its body creeps me out. I'm sorry, fish. I guess I'm technically body shaming this fish. I didn't mean it. You're really cool, but you freak me out. Let's see if this fish wants a carrot. No, okay, definitely does not want the carrot. Alright. Well, that was not bad. Caught 2. Lost 2. Lost 2 potatoes, caught 2 fish. Could have gone a lot worse. By the way, the Moon Sea does not actually really have any sea component to it. I'm a little bit disappointed. I mean, I wasn't expecting that much, but like still. It's more of a moon desert, honestly. Like, we're just elevated like above like this area of darkness. Like, I don't even know if that's liquid or if it's just darkness. I think it's just advanced darkness. Oh, there's some water over there on that little island over there. But still, like, I expected more Mountain Dew. I wanted more Mountain Dew. Emmy made in Japan. Dread Pepper is recommending Emmy made in Japan, who's like Bear Grylls, but is actually likable and correct about things. That's cool. I never heard of them. Are they like a YouTube survival channel or something? Because apparently there's a ton of like YouTube survivalists who are quite good at what they do and the advice they give. Elephant emblem. What is this? There's a sign. Test your courage. What with what? Do I need like a parachute? A hang glider? Like what item does it want me to use here? I'm curious. I mean, I don't think I picked any up, but like I really wanna know what the item is gonna be in the future. I'm intrigued. Yeah, I should check out all the survival YouTube people and like put them on in the background while I'm working. It seems like it'd be a very like pleasant thing, because a lot of survivalists seem very like chill. You know, they're very laid back. It seems like it'd be fun to watch that kind of stuff. I should really get around to it. Because I love Survivor Man, except when he went like kind of bozo with his Bigfoot episode. I still can't believe he did a Bigfoot episode. It was so dumb. I tweeted about this. A literal takeaway he had was, "What if Bigfoot is like spiritual, man?" It's like, what? What are you even saying anymore? Stop it, Les. But aside from that, Les Stroud is a pretty neat guy. I like how he makes the music that is the background soundtrack to his show. I always thought that was like one of the coolest aspects, was like he is a musician and he makes the music for his own survival show. I love how I used a gourd, and then we find a frickin' fountain right here. Awful timing. Just awful timing. Let's try using this character, actually. We got a new weapon for him, right? Yeah, we got Mirage. Oh, it's a limited zone, so I can't change weapons. Well, then never mind. Never mind, then. I haven't found a place to fish in the Moonsea yet, actually. I'm kind of disappointed. I want to fish in the Moonsea really bad. Just haven't found out how to do so yet. Stupid moon werewolves. Get out of here, moon werewolf. Would a werewolf that travels to the moon be like extra werewolf? Would they be like, you know, advanced werewolf? Super werewolf 2 or super god werewolf? Like, cause, you know, right? full moon, werewolf floor, all that kind of crap. What if they were on the physical surface of the moon? I'd only hit once? Bullcrap. Getting my ass kicked here. Go back real quick and heal, because I'm a coward. I keep looking at chat and then running into a wall. Ah! Ah! Get away! Actually, if we switch to the cat, we might be able to steal a repair powder. There's the repair powder. Wow, this fish stood no chance. No chance. It's what you got up against an opponent too strong. Werewolves on the moon turn into the weakest form of a werewolf. It's measured on distance from the moon? What? That doesn't make sense. I thought the whole werewolf thing is, well, okay, I'm ignoring, like, actual werewolf origin stories, like, because there's a bunch of, like, pop culture werewolf stuff that's not really based in anything, classic. I mean, the same case for vampires, too, but, just speaking solely about, like, pop culture werewolves, not that werewolves are real, like, who really cares, but I'm pretty sure that a werewolf, like, transforms when it's, like, bathed by moonlight, and, like, the more moonlight there is, the more, like, likely you are to turn, and, like, the more power you get, theoretically. And if you're on the physical surface of the moon, well, I guess that's, like, are you technically... Is the light reflecting off the moon? Does that count when you're standing on its surface still, or is there, like, an optimum distance where like, the light kind of... Alright, I'm gonna stop. I'm talking nonsense at this point. I'm just being an idiot. Like, I can see the argument that being, like, kind of... being away from the moon so the entire planet's reflected light shines on you might be more, like, efficient, or might be more powerful than if you were physically on the moon itself, because then the light being reflected off the moon is actually not... It's like ambient light just close to the surface and isn't quite like the entire, you know, some of the entire planet's surface, like if you were back on Earth. Like, I can kind of see that argument. I'm doing a really bad job of wording it, but, like, I kind of get that. But, like, if you were a werewolf on, say, like, Mars, I feel like you wouldn't have as much influence, you know, of Earth. Like, the Earth's moon wouldn't have as much of an influence on you. Although Mars has 2 moons, and I don't know if werewolves would be affected by the celestial bodies of other planets that aren't Earth's moon. What was it? It was Phobos, right? Is Mars' moon? Mars's moon is called Phobos, and, I forgot the second one. I always forget the second one. I remember Phobos, because it sounds funny. Also, there's, like, a Simpsons reference to Phobos, where Homer's trying to get a new job, and he's, like, a social worker, and the social worker's playing video games on his computer while talking to Homer, and he beats the level, and the video game is like, you've conquered whatever, Phobos is saved. And Homer goes, Phobos? That's a good job for me. And it's not that great of a joke, but I always remember that Phobos is Mars' moon because of that one joke. These fish are really good at close combat, I gotta say. They get annihilated by the slingshot, but when they're up close, like, they will spear you at least once, it seems. Yeah. I actually really like her sound effects that aren't her, attack yell. Everything she says that's not or everything she says that's not hey. Everything else is fine, and I can listen to all that stuff, but the hey, that gets old. That gets old in the first town. Ah, I forgot to change characters. Shit. We were supposed to see what Ricky looks like. Just in case it is different. Oh well. Alright, I gotta point out how these are human feet on the landing pad, right? Those are clearly human feet. But the people of the moon are rabbits. They're like rabbit people, and I'm pretty sure their feet don't look like that. So, what the hell? What the hell is up with this? Oh god. Moondigger! Yeah, it's not, back on the topic of the moon, it's not moon, like, the moon doesn't produce light, but the sun's light reflects off the moon. And apparently that difference is enough to substantiate whatever werewolf physiology happens. I mean, it's obviously all made up, but I don't know, it's not totally nonsensical if you're gonna go by, like, the rules of magic, you know. Like, there's still some internally consistent rules there. Like you can make the argument in a fictional world that the light of the sun reflecting off the moon changes the properties of that light. You can also probably make the argument that it's just somatic, right? Like, werewolves believe in it, and therefore it like placebos them into a transformation. Isn't there, like, a lot of fiction, actually, where that, like, there was some kind of... Like, I remember there being at least a couple TV shows where somebody, like, tricked a werewolf into transforming by putting up, like, a fake moon. Not sure. I know in Dragon Ball it's different because Vegeta was able to make, like, a artificial moon with his energy. Like, he put his, like, ki into the air or some shit and made it reflect, like, particulate matter, and or like, I don't know, he basically put particulate matter into the atmosphere that reflected the sun in the same way the moon would, and created an artificial moon to go into his, like, Ozaru form. But that's different, because that's still technically the same properties of reflecting sunlight a certain way. Treadpepper says, I want to placebo myself into a werewolf. That'd be pretty cool. Oh god, moondiggers! Moondiggers! Ah! Oh! Sounds like a slur, like, you filthy moondigger. Seriously though, these moondiggers are very, very annoying. Also, I think it mostly sounds like a slur because it rhymes with an actual horrible slur. So maybe I shouldn't be yelling it randomly. What do we got? Chopper. Ah, it's crap. Also, I want weapons for the Genie character and for Spearman. Sandy, that's what I named him. I don't want weapons for our main character. I'm over that. If I could placebo myself into becoming any fictional creature, what would I be? I don't know, actually. Like, fictional in terms of, folklore and, like, mythology, or, like, any, like, fictional in terms of, like, works of fiction in general? Because there's, like, so many... If it's works of fiction in general, there's way too many, like, choices, and I don't actually know what I would pick. If it's, just, like, mythology or folklore, If it's folklore or like cryptozoology and stuff like that, maybe like Mothman. I want to be a Mothman. Oh no! 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 I haven't saved in a long time either. No! Fuck! Well, I guess I was just gonna keep going. Wait, when was... Did I save before doing this floor? Do you guys remember? When was the last time I saved? Shit. I can't. Should I reset? Or should I just keep going? Oh no, was that the only, like... Is the Mirage a unique item as well on top of it? Like, can I not get it anywhere else? Or let me look it up. Let's see. I think you can only get it from Muskalok. Oh wait, no, it can also be found in dungeon treasure chests or built up from the Scorpion. Okay, it is not unique. So that makes me feel a little bit better. So I think I'll take that L. I'll take the L, I'll take the F, and just, you know, try to learn from it. I had 17 durability. That's the thing that, like, or no, I had 15 when I started that attack. I had 15, and then this guy put his guard up, and it broke instantly. It took away 15 durability points in like 2 seconds. That was bad. That was unprecedented. I've never had my durability deplete that immediately. But yeah, if it was a unique item, I might be tempted to, like, legitimately reset my save. But since you can find it in dungeons, and you can build up to it from other weapons, we're gonna go ahead and just roll with it. It's not like it was doing that much damage anyway, to be fair. But it does suck. It does suck. I have the item to move on ahead, but I don't have the item to get that Atla. So that's why I'm still killing these guys. Oh wait, no, that item would be in a chest, wouldn't it? So actually, killing enemies at this point is kind of unnecessary. But whatever. I started, I may as well finish this part of the map. There we go, there's the handle that I needed. Mammoth tusk. You know, one thing that really, in Bloodborne, you don't actually have your physical appearance change to look like a werewolf, do you? When you gain Beast, or whatever, or Frenzy, or whatever it is, right? I remember that always bugged me about Bloodborne, where I really wanted to just straight up look like a werewolf, but, like, even though the Beast corresponds to how rabid you are, it doesn't actually make you look like the werewolf villagers, or townspeople, whatever, in that game. Speaking of Bloodborne, I still have to get back to it. I still have to do the DLC one day. I can't... Bloodborne is so sad for me, because the Blood Vial system killed that game, like, for me personally. Like, I think I would have liked the game about 5 times more if it had Estus Flask type healing. Like, never has a game plummeted, or never has a game destroyed my ability to enjoy it so much with a singular design decision as Bloodborne. I know some people don't care, but it affects me a lot, because I hate grinding. There's nothing more I hate than grinding in order to progress. I'd love to smash my face against the enemy until I beat it. I don't want to have to go grind to face the enemy. And Bloodborne basically, if you can't beat a boss after just a couple attempts, Bloodborne basically necessitates that you go out of your way to get extra blood vials. And I hate it! I hate it so much. I hate it on principle. I hate it I hate doing it. I hate everything about it. Give me my goddamn Estus flasks, please. Or at the very least, like, you know, if you're gonna have to, if you're gonna mandate that I buy the items, at least make them cheap. Bloodborne blood vials are so expensive; they keep going up in price as you get further and further into the game. So if you like don't buy a bunch early on in the game, like you're kind of like if you knew exactly when the price goes up and you bought a bunch before you progressed, then you can have like a big backlog of them. But I didn't do that because I didn't realize they were just going to keep going up in price until it was too late, and then they were as expensive as they were ever going to get, and I was screwed at that point. Is that it? Okay, yeah, that's it. Let's change to Ricky right now so we can use him to go to the next floor. The difference between Bloodborne and Dark Souls is Bloodborne is a lot faster. Like the movement and dodge speed is a lot faster. The dodge capability, like you can, the dodge in Bloodborne is almost like a sidestep if you do it at close range. And in Bloodborne, you can recover your health by attacking enemies. If you like you can recover health you just lost by dealing damage. After like a couple seconds, that ability goes away. But if you manage to get hit and then keep on attacking, you can basically don't have to heal. What else is there? The Estus flasks in Dark Souls recover at every bonfire. In Bloodborne, you collect blood vials or buy them as you go through the game, but they never replenish themselves, you know, unless you find them in the map. And then that's pretty much it. Like, there's less armor in Bloodborne, and you don't upgrade armor. You like you just find it and that's it. There's less customization. There's a lot less magic in Bloodborne. It's a more streamlined sort of RPG type deal there, but I actually like it a lot more because honestly, I loved making different characters in Dark Souls when it first came out. I loved doing PvP in Dark Souls 1 and 2. But at this point in my life, I'm like over it. It's too much of a investment. It's too much time commitment. It's too much research on the internet to find out the min-maxing of everything. So at this point, I'd much rather prefer Bloodborne type systems that are way more simplistic. Oh, Bloodborne and Dark Souls gameplay isn't like a character action game. It's not about being like it's not about having like complex systems and really like tight controls and, you know, like very precise gameplay. That's not what it's about at all. It's more about like knowing when to commit and knowing when to like keep safe and back up. It's about like anticipation and just being careful. It's not like a DMC style action game or anything. Far from that. Not like it's completely different. It's something like Monster Hunter, where you have to choose when you do attacks because a lot of times you can't like dodge out of them until the attack is completely finished. Look at this guy. I think this is going to be our next party member. Look at my character, look at the screen, by the way. He's looking at me. What's happened? Oh, that's right. During the test flight, the body fell apart. Darn, I wonder what went wrong. In theory, it was supposed to be perfect. And I thought I saw part turn into a weird ball. Maybe it's just my imagination. Oh, and who are you? Well, anyways, let's go back. This is a bunny who's the chief, I guess, who's a mechanic, tinker, engineer dude. And I guess the reason the robot is all over the map is not because of the Dark Genie, but because it blew apart during test flight. And I guess our fairy dude put all the parts into Atla? I don't know why our fairy dude doesn't just do the entire journey for us, that old guy on this quest. I feel like he should be the one to do everything. Also, I accidentally unplugged my mic a little bit by moving the... Am I? Can you guys hear me right now? Let me check. Um, yeah. Okay, my mic's working. It's good. I had an issue where the headphone jack got a little bit like wiggled on, and it stopped working temporarily. And then I had to cough, so I muted the mic. I don't know how much audio was cut, but I was aware as it was happening. But yeah, these. So I don't know if the problem is my headset or if it's the PS4 controller, because it could be either or. But if I'm not careful and the jack gets pulled a little bit too much or rotated a little bit too much, the mic can cut out. And normally I can tell that it's happening because the audio in the headphones that I hear from the game also cuts out. So at least I'm able to know when there's a potential issue. But it is a little bit annoying because the first couple weeks it worked perfectly and I didn't have to worry about this problem at all. And only recently it started manifesting, which points to it most likely being the headset, but also this PS4 controller is honestly really garbage, and the analog sticks are falling apart. So, Okay, so the Blue Terra folks need help if they're troubled by so little evil. What? Seal it? You must be kidding. Sealing, that's extinct. Yikes. Did he just dab? Dabbing didn't exist back then, did it? No one in Yellow Drop knows how to seal, probably. Isn't that when you put something into an urn or something, right? That is impossible. Wait up, I haven't said not yet, I just said the sealing technique was difficult. You said it was impossible, dude. There's a cooler way than sealing. Just knock it down. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. Count on me. Here's the plan. I'm in the process of making a so-called sun giant. It is the state-of-the-art of Yellow Drop technology. Let's say it's like a supersized golem, to make a long story short. The Sun Giant could easily knock out the genie. But then this very Sun Giant ran away and broke into pieces during the test drive. Ran away? What do you mean? I don't know if this is a weird translation, because he's saying it like the robot has sentience and took on a will of its own and just, misbehaved. But I'm pretty sure just during I'm pretty sure that's not what happened. I'm pretty sure just while he was controlling it, it broke apart. The magical gem we have now is not powerful enough to support the Sun Giant. We need a Pez sphere. Excuse me? To make the Sun Giant perfect. A Pez sphere is one of the most powerful of the magical gems. If we use that, then the Sun Giant will operate at its best. It has been put up as a prize for a match at the Coliseum. If you could win the match, you can acquire it. Easy to say, but winning a contest, it takes hard work. That means let's join forces. Oh boy, why does this catch me off guard every... What do we name this rabbit? Moon Inventor. Well, rabbits are lagomorphs. I could name them Lago or something like that. I'll put that in there for now and then keep thinking. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm brain farting on this. Or go for sure. And my microphone gave out again. God damn it. Chat, was my mic having issues again, or what? Or were you just making fun of me for having to look up stuff on the side? Mic went out? Okay. Well, it's definitely working right now. How long did it go out for? God damn it. That sucks. Okay, well, I was trying to think of a name for the rabbit. So, I don't know. Last thing I was talking about, I don't know if you heard it or not, I was about the word phylogeny. Was I still on air when I was talking brain fart? Like, what was the last thing I said before my mic cut out? Is it, my mic is making sounds? Oh no! Is it making sounds right now? Ah, shit! I might have to buy... apparently... Oh, he's the shop guy! Holy shit! And he sells a gun! Cool, okay. I should totally just buy auto repair powder. I feel like that's a smart investment. I'll buy one. Okay, I pulled out the headphone jack and then plugged it back in. So I'm hoping that you can hear me right now. I remember saying that at least I could tell when the audio stops working, because usually my headphone audio cuts out, but apparently now my mic audio is cutting out without the headset audio cutting out. Okay, am I staticky right now, or is there, like, weird, you know, clipping or audio issues at this very moment? Or is it okay at the time being? I know there was weird issues happening before, but, like, right now, does my voice sound, like, staticky or broken up or whatnot? It's okay, alright. Well, that sucks. I guess we'll keep going for now, but if this keeps happening over and over and over, I'm gonna have to look into an alternative. Because that would... If this happens, like, every, you know, 15 minutes, that's not sustainable for streaming purposes, obviously, at that point. And I'd have to figure something else out. That sucks, man. I wish I knew if it was the headset or the PS4 controller. I should try plugging this into, like, my laptop, this headset into the laptop, and, like, rotating the headphone jack a little bit, and if the audio cuts out, then perhaps it's the headphone jack's problem, or the headset's problem, like maybe there's an issue with the wiring somewhere. If I can, like, kind of rotate the jack a little bit or wiggle it when it's plugged into the laptop and the audio and the headphones stays 100% perfect, then it might just be the PS4 controller port. But yeah, I guess I'll just be careful. It's mostly if I don't wiggle the headphone jack, or if I don't pull on the cord or whatever, it's fine. But then anytime I, like, shift or adjust or put the controller down to, you know, grab a drink or something, or go to the bathroom, it's potentially going to cause a problem. So that's a little bit, it's a little bit unfortunate. Alright, what am I doing? I'm figuring out what I want to sell. Right. Okay. I have a lot of water, holy shit. But we'll keep that for now. Alright, we're good. We're good on the selling. Jackal, upgraded machine gun. So let's go ahead and look at our new character here. Our final character. He has a machine gun. Why would I want to buy another machine gun if I already have one? Wait, but that's my default weapon that doesn't break, right? Oh, no, the other machine gun looked different. Okay, so this is... This is a Jackal. Okay. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and buy that then. We'll go ahead and buy this. Because we have tons of money anyway, so why not? There. And then do I want to buy anything else while I'm here? No, this is good. I'll take them. Alright. Sorry about the audio issues, though. I'm happy you guys are here to actually report on it. Like,
it's very good if you report that I'm gone, because otherwise I wouldn't know, and I'd just keep talking. While I was gone, I was talking about how I brain farted on the word phylogeny, and then I forgot what else I talked about after that, but it doesn't matter. I'm rambling at random anyway, so who cares? We need every single element. Holy shit. We don't need any of these, but we need every single element. And then for this one, oh my god, it's the exact opposite. We don't need any elements, but we need every single attribute, whatever you call this section. I'm not, I guess attribute. I don't know what's a good word for it other than that. Alright. The attack is pretty weak compared to some like 30 attack, whereas this weapon right now has, you know, 88, and then her slingshot has 78. So I just bought this in the hopes of using it, but I don't know if I'm actually going to get to, because it seems like it's going to do crap damage. Oh well. Alright, let's, I guess let's go do more dungeon stuff. What? Metal Breaker? I actually thought about setting up the hydration bot, but I would end up ignoring it, and I'd probably feel bad for ignoring it, so I decided not to. Because I don't think it would help me, it would just make me feel guilty. Oh no, that's awful! Dreadpupper's cat has been having rectal prolapses for some reasons that are unknown currently. And that sounds terrible. I feel so bad for your cat. I also feel really bad for you, because I'm sure that's expensive to deal with. Unless you live in a country with, like, good pet insurance or something where it's not expensive. I don't know. Dreadpupper, I just hope it's not too expensive to get all those vet visits and surgeries and stuff. But also I feel really bad for your cat, and I hope it stops having that issue. I hope it's nothing like too serious. I mean, it sounds serious already, but I hope it's nothing like that gets worse. That considered cancer? Jeez. How old is your cat, Dreadpupper? I'm just curious. It's always hard to deal with a pet's medical... Like, it's always, like, sucks, like, you know, when your pet is struggling health-wise and you just, like, are trying your best, but you can't do that much for it. Sounds really tough. I've had friends who've dealt with that kind of thing, but I've never had to really personally deal with it, like, with my own pet. Because normally I move around a lot, so most of the pets I've had to give away before they got like old enough to start having serious medical complications. The worst that's happened is I've had like my dog eat something before and I had to get like its stomach pumped. But besides that, like I've never really had to like deal with a pet dying or anything like that. Except a hamster. I had a hamster die when I was a tiny little kid, but that's not quite the same because their lifespan's like 2 years anyway. Attachment bag is full. Well, excuse me. I must have picked up a lot of like stray stuff. Jeez. Okay. Well, shit. I guess we're gonna have to go out, or wait. I guess we can equip stuff. Let's see. I need MP. fire, ice, thunder, wind, holy, literally everything. Okay, and then rock, dinosaur, metal. I have a lot of rock. Stonebreaker. So let's put on the Stonebreaker. It's a dinosaur. I have one dinosaur. Setting it to mage as well, right? Yeah, mage. Alright, and then wind. You know what? Let's just put all the elements on here there. Man, the Sun Sword needs so much. Needs so much still to be able to upgrade it. And what do you need? You need MP and attack, ice and wind, undead and mimic. Ice, wind, undead, mimic. There's wind, undead. I thought I had mimic, but I guess not right now. Alright, let's just put another undead on you then. Alright, there. Now I have space. No need to go to the storage. Not yet, at least. Metal Breaker. And a lot of magical power plus 2. I think the bandit slingshot that I have that's at +5 right now needs like 20 more magic. But if I get a bunch of magic plus 2, then maybe it's like worth trying to get it there by just getting it to like, you know, +10. But it needs so much experience at that point that I don't know if it's worth the investment. Pia is Dreadpupper's cat's name. Oh, that's cute. I might be mispronouncing that completely. I'm sorry if I am. I hope everything goes well with your cat, Dreadpupper. Is this it for treasure chests around here? Yeah, okay. Let's go back to the dungeon. We'll try out our new rabbit companion. Oh, you know what? This is probably an area where I have to use the rabbit. No. Why is there no... Oh, it's the area where we met him. Now it's letting us progress on ahead. Okay, okay. Even a cat can't jump this distance? So literally his special power is that he can jump farther than the cat? Or he can fly? Oh, he can fly. Okay. I didn't expect this to... I didn't expect him to move around by a flight. That's actually pretty... Wow, okay. It's kind of cool. What does his attack look like? Okay, he's another range character. Obviously, because it's a gun, but like... It's just another character that stays at a distance and just shoots and does nothing else. Okay. I mean, sure, I guess. He has a custom pose. Arms spread out. So, you know, if you're outside the cannon and it fires like that, that's not going to propel you. That's going to kill you. I mean, it will propel you, but not like in a, you know, it's not going to propel you like a cannonball. It's going to just literally, the gunpowder will obliterate your back and tear it to shreds and, like, rip out your organs. Like, you have to be in there, man. You have to be, like, stuffed in there. Yeah, isn't there like a Steven Universe movie? Sorry, like an in-universe Steven Universe movie about a dog with like a helicopter back or something? It's been a while since I've seen those episodes. It reminds me of that. Oh, Jesus. Oh, there's a cooldown on his gun. Like, you can't fire it forever. So if you hit with the gun, there's a cooldown. then right now... Oh, or is there? Hold on. I can't... What? Hold on, hold on. Yeah, there's a cooldown for sure. Or I have to mash X. I've been holding it. Maybe I just have to mash it. Hold on. Hold on. No, there's definitely a cooldown. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, his weapon is super weak. I don't know why I spent 3,000 on that. It sucks. That was a complete waste of money, unfortunately. Oh well. Alright, and we just customized this one. Yeah, we did. Oh, okay, no more wind. We still do need more Mimic, more Undead, and more Ice, and then Attack and Magic. Okay. I don't know how much of each we need, hopefully not too much. Wait, hold on. No, this is fine. I have to go back anyway. Ah, why do you have to be a mimic? Ow, Jesus! Actually, I don't know if the rabbit with us is the chief or not. I just realized, because we still need a character to put into the robot. So maybe... Is there like a bio for these characters? Let's see. Oh, allies? No, there's no... Wait, yeah. Moon People Leader. Okay, he is the lead. Moon People Leader. He is the chief. Okay. I wonder what character pilots the robot then that is still inside an Atla. You know what, let's... may as well try to power up his gun a little bit, I guess. Up close, it actually does like 6 damage. It's not too atrocious. It's pretty atrocious, but... could be worse. We gained a lot of experience from that. Big Youth, if you were to visit Hawaii, would I recommend any places? I mean, so I live just on Oahu, and I went to Maui once, and that was over 10 years ago, so I don't really remember it. I went to the Big Island kind of recently, but I literally drove around, like, every part of it. I mean, honestly, if you go to Hawaii, like, especially if you go to Oahu or Maui or stuff like that, they're small enough that you can pretty much drive around the entire circumference. So I would just say, you know, like, take the route closest to the beach and just see what areas you like. And just see everything if you can, in that sense. Like, I know that's kind of shitty advice. Like, on Oahu, there's North Shore, and that's pretty, you know, like, popular. But you'd get to it eventually anyway. So, saying, you know, just drive around the circumference is pretty straightforward. If you're looking for, like, specific hikes, on Oahu, I'd recommend Three Peaks. That's my favorite. If you're okay with, like, you know, fairly advanced hikes, Three Peaks is a little bit advanced. Especially, like, the first two aren't that bad, but the last peak needs quite a bit of, like, not like rappelling necessarily, but there's, like, parts with a rope where you're descending at a pretty steep angle. And you can do it without the rope, but you have to, like, really know what you're doing. And there's a lot of, like, scrambling on the third peak, but I really think, like, in terms of, like, how exhilarating the views are, Three Peaks or Olamana is a very fun hike. It's probably my favorite on the island of Oahu. But I can't, like, I don't really have any specific places where I'm like, you must go here. If you want to snorkel on Oahu, one of the better places, though, is probably, it's called Electric Beach, and it's kind of, like, past the Disneyland Resort. Oh, actually, you know, I know one place on Oahu that you should go to, because it's kind of out of the way. It's Kaena Point. It's, like, the northernmost part of it's the northeasternmost part of the island, I think, or northwestern. And there's, like, an albatross sanctuary there. So most of the year you can see albatross and their nests, and sometimes their chicks there. That's pretty cool. But besides that, I just say literally drive around the circumference of the island. Yeah, but NYC is like, NYC and Hawaii aren't really the same, though. The thing is, like, you can drive around the circumference of Oahu in, what, like, an hour and a half, I think? Or 2 hours? You can't drive around the entire circumference, because Kaena Point, you can't drive through it. But you can get basically from one side of the island to the completely opposite side in, like, 45 minutes if you take the freeway that goes down the center and there's no traffic. And then if you're driving the beach route, if the, you know, 90% of the circumference in that case, it would take you like 3 hours, 4 hours maybe. So it's, like, not that hard to literally see every beach on Oahu. Like, it's not that time consuming. You can do it all in a single day. If you only spend like half an hour at each major beach, you might need 2 days. If you just drive past every major beach but stop at the ones that only interest you based on aesthetics or whatnot, then you can potentially do it all in a day. So that's why it's kind of, like, different. And then I don't do, like, any, you know, like, I don't really go to restaurants or anything like that. So I can't recommend any, like, public places with people. I'm mostly just outdoorsy. And then hike-wise, like I said, Olamana is really good. I haven't done as many hikes as I'd like to on the North Shore, but there's a lot of, like, I don't know, most of the hikes are about the same. Like, you get a lot of the same views from, like, most of the hikes on the south side, the ridge view you get is kind of similar, so no matter which one you do, you'll probably have a good time, and it'll be a fairly similar experience. So you can kind of just, like, go on Yelp or whatnot and pick one at random. Sorry, I've been, like, not playing the game because I've been trying to think. Like, I'm really bad at recommending people what to do, honestly. Because my hobbies are very limited. I like surfing and, like, snorkeling and hiking, and that's about it. But I don't have a car, and I don't even have a moped, so I'm pretty limited in my transportation. So I pretty much stick to just, you know, like, the Waikiki area and the south side of the island. You can go to, like, Sandy Beach. Sandy Beach is like a shore break beach. If you really like body surfing, and you know what you're doing, so you won't break your neck, Sandy Beach is a lot of fun. But, like, I'm not, like, very, I don't know, sometimes people expect you to, like, recommend restaurants and, like, nightclubs and stuff, and, like, I have no idea about any of that stuff. And then, like I said, all the other islands, I have no idea. If you go to any other island but Oahu, you'd have to go look it up on the internet or whatever. Honestly, I don't even like know where the best place to stay on Oahu would be if you're visiting, like for cheap. Because you know, Waikiki is where I live. It's like the kind of the tourist hub where most of the hotels are in either Waikiki or in the adjacent area. But I'm pretty sure like if you get a hotel outside of Waikiki, it'd be cheaper. But I don't even know for sure. I'm like very. As like a tourist, I'm very uninformed about Hawaii, basically. As somebody who lives there, I know a decent amount if you want to, like, you know, go snorkeling or go hiking. But even for the hikes, I'd have to look up on the internet how to get to most of them, because I don't usually go there on my own. I usually, like, find a meetup group or something and carpool with them. The hikes I do go on regularly are all ones that are pretty close to me, that are like a short bus ride away. Olamana I love, but that's like a hour and 15-minute bus ride. And then it's like an extra half an hour to walk to the trailhead. I mean, if you ever visit Oahu, like, I don't know, DM me on Twitter or something, or send me an email, and I'll try to, like, cooperate with you, or potentially I'd be willing to, like, show you around or something. Potentially. I'm not promising that to anyone. But, like, I don't know. Since you're, like, somebody I've seen in the chat a lot, you know, it's not like you're completely out of the blue. So I'd be willing to, like, meet up and do a hike or something like that. Okay, what am I doing? I'm supposed to... Okay, I'm going the wrong way is what I'm doing. I'm supposed to be getting out of here. I'm being very absent-minded in regards to actually playing this game, because I keep trying to think, like, what are good places on my island to go to? And, like, I have, like, 4 locations that I would recommend, and that's it. And I'm like, is that really all I do? Is like those 4 places? Do I really go nowhere else? And it's like, yeah, I'm pretty much happy with just the 4 places I regularly visit. I mean, normally I don't even go outside of Waikiki, because there's, you know, you can surf here, you can snorkel here, there's yoga around here, the grocery stores are right outside it, like, I have very little reason to go farther than, like, 2 miles. I have very little reason to travel out of my 2-mile radius, unless I'm going on a hike, I guess is what I'm saying. Alright, so we saw Ricky, and it was, yeah, Sandy and the rabbit are the only 2 we haven't seen yet on the cannon. Alright, he's normal. He's just standard in there. I guess the cat had her hands out on the front. And he didn't, but that's a very uninteresting difference. Oh, you can already hear the battle music. That was weird. Using weapon reduces abs? Ah, come on. We may as well use Ricky then. Big Youth, I would not accept my viewers into my home. No, definitely not. But I would be willing to go hiking with, like, people who, I at least have, you know, communicated with via Twitch or on Twitter or something like that, potentially. Like, if it was just somebody who was like, hey, I watched your videos, come meet me, like, no. But, like, if I've seen them around in, like I said, on Twitch or something, then yeah, I'd be willing to go on a hike with them. Sure, why not? But definitely not to my home. That's a bit too much. I'd have to have an actual, like, online friendship have to form first. And I'm pretty bad at maintaining those. I think I have like 2 people I made I have 2 people I've become like pretty close friends with online in the past several years, and that's it. Only 2. Oh my god. Werewolf, why are you so good at blocking? There we go. This werewolf is so good at blocking. What the hell? Jesus. The thing though is, like, if I'm gonna go hiking with somebody on Oahu, I would hope they have, like, their own car. I wouldn't want to, like, you know, I wouldn't want to have to be, like, on a bus with them for 2 hours necessarily, because if, like, we don't get along for whatever reason, it'd be really awkward. So ideally, I'd hope they have a method of transportation, like a rented car. I'm not particularly worried anybody would want to kill me, right? But, like, I am worried that somebody would find out the address to my house and, like, share it. That is a fear, so I definitely wouldn't want to, like, let anyone know where I live specifically. Alright, we should... 1 hit takes 5 durability. That's a lot, so we should totally use repair powder right now, or else we're gonna lose the friggin' final stage hammer, and that would be awful. Wait, what is this yellow dot here? Oh, it's an item I didn't see. The item to progress. Ooh. Good thing I investigated that. And I'm kind of scared of Ricky killing everything in, like, 1 hit, because it's taken away, like, 20 durability in one of those charge swings. It's kind of scary, honestly. I'm already out of attachment slots. It's no time at all. Okay, so attack, MP, ice, undead, mimic, ice, undead, mimic. I don't have any of those. Yeah, I don't have any of those. Okay. What about... what do I need for the Sun Sword? MP, Fire, Ice, Thunder... okay, all... wow. I'm gonna have to check what these do again. Oh wait, hold on. No, I already have some equipped. Okay, never mind. God damn it. Okay, in that case... oh my god. Sorry, I'm like, struggling through the menus right now for some reason. What did she need? I think she needed attack and magic. Okay. So let's put the MP2 on there. I gotta go drop off some of my freaking attachments after we leave this place. Wait, where's the enemy? I hear them stomping, I can't see them though. Oh god, it's a mole! Oh no! Oh, this is bad. Alright, we're not actually earning experience anyway, so you know what, screw it, I don't have to fight them. I already got the item to progress, so all I need to do is collect the Atla and get out of here. I don't know why I'm fighting them. There's no point. Unless I wanted items. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it quits after we leave this dungeon. No, you know what, no, I'll do like I'll do a couple more floors. But I'm gonna call it quits pretty soon. I think like maybe another 15-20 minutes or something. It'll be the end for today's stream, because I'm getting, well, it's getting really hot. I turned off the AC because it's been so hot that the AC can't even bring the room temperature below 80, and it's working extra hard to do it, so it's even louder than normal. So I actually turned it off for the purposes of streaming, because it's actually a little bit too noisy. But that makes it so I'm like sweating right now a whole bunch. Plus, I want to make the tea with honey. Plus, I do want to go back to working on my video for Adventure Time, my Marceline video that's way behind schedule, and it's already been like 3 hours anyway of streaming, so we'll be calling it quits soon. I might stream during the weekdays though. I want to finish this game actually, like, fairly soon, because I kind of want to move on to... Oh, he has the same pose as... No, he doesn't have the same pose as Ricky. Never mind. We already saw that one. So the only characters with a custom pose are him and the genie. Everybody else has the exact same pose inside the canon. But yeah, anyway, I want to finish this game fairly soon so I can move on to like Nier and Ys and other RPGs like that are more modern. Because this thing is dated quite a bit, so it's the dated aspect of it is starting to kind of wear me down a little. And, what else I was gonna say? Yeah, I might stream on, like, I don't know, Wednesday or something, or Thursday. Not sure yet. I'm also thinking of changing my stream time from 10 p.m. PST to, like, 8 p.m. PST. I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I think I'm most likely gonna try to move it earlier, because it is pretty late in the day for most of the US. Ooh, carrot cookie. Ooh, carrot cookie. Is that for the moon? For the moon bunny? For Luna Lago? Yeah, Luna Lago's favorite treat. Okay. Cool. You know what, I'm running out of space, so I'm just gonna give him all the gourds right now to make him on par with most of the other characters. There. Alright, let's give this one to Sandy. God, I hate how rocks are in this game, because they do so little damage when thrown. Like, it's such a waste. Okay, so she has more hydration than everyone, except Janiri. Janiri and her have the most. Then it's Elk Boy and Ricky. And then Luna, Lago, and Sandy have the least hydration levels. Alright. And then I was gonna go, excuse me, what was I gonna do? I was gonna go to storage, item storage, that's right. Now, unfortunately, I don't know which one it is, but there's some treasure chests here, so... Anti-goo amulet. Champion of the Colosseum, not likely, even if he is the boss. Fruit of Eden. Gotta power up Luna Lago, because his health is so low relative to everyone else's right now. God, I can't believe I broke his spear. His one decent spear that I have so far. All these rabbits are not confident in their chief being able to take on the Colosseum. I like RPG games. I wouldn't say they're. I don't know. They scratch a certain like itch because I don't have to take them too seriously. But I like adventure games in general. They don't necessarily have to be an RPG. In fact, I prefer my adventure games to have very minimal RPG elements. I usually don't like Dark Souls. Like I said, Dark Souls at this point is like too much customization. But I like games where, you know, you set out on some kind of adventure and there's a lot of different world maps and a lot of different like enemy variety types and stuff like that. So it's not necessarily like the stats that are often associated with RPGs that gets me, but rather the whole aspect of traveling around and seeing different towns. It's like it's the exploration aspect, I guess. Alright, so that's 130. So let's give it to the cat. Getting a lot of Fruit of Edens. It's awesome. Alright, here's the item check-in. Let's actually go ahead and check in, like... I have too much water. I don't need that much water. And then let's take out all the gourds that are in here. That's just 2. Thought I had more than that. Let's actually take out, like, a couple stamina drinks, too, just in case. Just in case I get, like, if I have to use Lunalago and, like, you know, he's super weak. So that would take forever, but the stamina drinks will speed it up a little bit. And then, oh my god, I have no space. Alright, well, we're taking out this. I have too many attachments, apparently. Oh my god, I have Holy and Fire on here, too. Times 2, is that a thing that happens? What the hell? Wait a second. Is that just on there? Was that always there? Does times 2 mean like it gets double the bonus from whatever goes here? Hold the word. Yeah, it gets 6. Whoa! Whoa! That's awesome! Well, holy shit! That's really cool. Alright, I'm gonna just put random crap on here to just free up space. Wait, why did I put it? Why do I have a diamond here? Holy shit! Alright, we needed all the elements or all these things. So, should I use a diamond here? Like, would that be worth it, or is that too much of an investment? I'll use 1 diamond, maybe. Or I'll just equip it for now, I won't necessarily upgrade it for the time being. Maybe later. And then attack, endurance, speed... May as well put the endurance +2 up on there. Alright, that's enough. Oh, wait! I didn't even see that metal breaker there! What the hell? All these hidden treasure chests... What? How many hidden treasure chests are there? Man, I should just first person all these rooms, because I didn't see either of those. Jeez. Okay, so, a mimic. I need a mimic. And then... I guess I'll just take another undead. So mimic goes in here, and then Bam, goes up to 15. That's awesome. Oh, sorry. What else does she need? MP and ice. All right. I'll take out ice later. Big Youth, I've played Hollow Knight. I've gotten to like the end of Hollow Knight. I didn't do the Circus DLC thing that came later. I never completed that, but I got to the end of Hollow Knight. I have the archive on my YouTube channel that archives my streams. By the way, I haven't been saving. I should save after every like time I leave the dungeon, because if my weapon breaks, then at least I won't lose that much progress. Alright, we're gonna do one more dungeon run, and then call it a day. Did I take the stamina potions out? Because this might lock me into Lunalago. It totally did. Yep, okay. Let's hope I took those stamina drinks. Or I can just use all my bombs. I do have 6 bombs here. It's a lot of bombs. Oh, fudge! God damn it. At least there's a healing spot right here. Oh my god, I do so little damage to them. That sucks. Jesus. Okay, bomb time. Bomb time indeed. Wow. How do I change lock on? There we go. That's good enough. Alright, let's get them all together here. I wish there was friendly fire for the enemies. That'd be really cool. Nice, nice. That worked out really well. Gonna have to use the bomb on him. Alright. Stop rolling. Stop rolling! Ah, screw it. Nice, okay. Now I don't have to kill any more enemies. I can just get out of here now. Cool. That was not too bad. That could have taken a lot more time, potentially. Alright, may as well get every chest on the way to the exit. And there's the exit, right over there. Crown Feather broke. Are you kidding me? Wait, I think I forgot to buy more of them. Ah! Alright, we're gonna have to leave the dungeon and buy more Bronze Feathers. Because we're out. Yeah, Marceline's really fun. I still think that the way they, like, you know, a lot of her backstory and stuff was developed after introduction to the series. So I still do think it, like, all her, like, character fleshing out doesn't quite gel super well. Like, there's no, like, glaring contradictions or anything, but, like, you can still kind of tell it was retconned. Like, it's not a super clean retcon. It's kind of a rough around the edges retcon, but she's still an awesome character. I still love Marceline, and I love everything they did with her. It's just, God, I wish they planned some of it out back in Season 1 and early Season 2. Like, really my only complaint in regards to Marceline is I wish they thought of some of the stuff they'd later implement a little bit earlier and could have, like, done a tiny bit of, like, foreshadowing to those kinds of things ahead of time. Alright, I never learned where the shop was. The shop was Jives. Jives was in front of the shop. That's right. So let's go find Jives. That's not Jives. That's no one on that building. Where are you, Jives? Excuse me. Alright, that's not Jives either. What the hell is Jives? Wait, do they not load in until I get, like, really close? I'm pretty sure they still have the arrow. No, okay. The arrow should still be there for the character, like that. So I should be able to see Jives from afar. Yeah, there he... Wait. Is that him? Or is that... No, that's the dungeon. Or... It's either the dungeon or the exit. Either way, that's not... Yeah, here he is. Here he is. Oh god, that took forever to find him. I literally did an entire 360. I think I went the opposite way that I should have. Alright, so what did I want to... I wanted to sell some things. What did I want to buy? I can't recall. Let's see, sell that. I'm gonna just sell the bait. Too lazy to go fishing. How much do these sell for? Oh, cool, they don't let me sell the stuff that, like, boosts my character stats. That's actually really nice. I really appreciate that. More repair powders. And do I want anything else? You know what? I haven't been using these. I'm just gonna go sell them. I think this is... Yeah, this is good. Do I want to, like, sell speed 1 or anything like that? How much do these sell for? 130. I'll sell the speed one. No, I'll sell the attack one too. Alright. That's good. Alright, one more trip to the dungeon. One more trip to the dungeon, and then I'm gonna stop streaming. Yeah, I think the PB and Marceline relationship was built up really well. Once they, once the whole "What Am I to You" episode happened with the Door Lord, everything after that was done very well in terms of kind of what is the word I'm looking for? I guess fleshing out the relationship between the two and the kind of dynamic they have, and the kind of dynamic they used to have was slowly coming back as they were getting on closer terms with each other. I think it was kind of cool to find out what they were like before in regards to the relationship as they were kind of working back to restoring that relationship. I think that was kind of handled quite well. Like, we learn more about them as they return to that state. That was well handled, I think. Like, anybody who complains that PB and Marceline became romantic toward each other in the series finale, out of nowhere, those people are just blind. Like, it was Schrodinger's gay for the most part, where it's like, other than PB sniffing the shirt, everything was like, well, you could interpret this as very close platonic friends, or you could interpret this as gay. Like, either interpretation's valid, unfortunately, because the creators are too scared to commit to one or the other. Like, it was mostly Schrodinger's gay, but it's still, like, it still set up the romantic aspect, even if it was potentially queerbaiting. It nonetheless had those aspects all in there, ready to go, to pan out to what they finally committed to in the end. No, I'm saying the shirt sniffing was the only part that wasn't arguably platonic. But I'm saying it was Schrodinger's gay, except for the shirt sniffing. That was the one exception, because that was the one part that's like, that's really hard to see in a light that isn't gay. Like, we're agreeing, Dread Pupper, for sure. I don't know if you misunderstood me or if you're just reiterating what I said. Yeah, Korra and Asami was terrible. Anybody who says Korra and Asami were developed well because of, like, the letters they were sending to each other and, like, the support they gave each other, like, no, that was very weak. That was very weak sauce. Like, it wasn't nothing. It wasn't just out of nowhere, per se, but it was as close to out of nowhere as you can get without actually being out of nowhere. It was like the most minimal amount of effort was put into setting it up, basically, I guess is what I'm saying, for Korra and Asami. I was very disappointed. And then on top of it, they don't even have the gal to, like, have them kiss. Like, Korra at that point wasn't even being aired on TV, it was being, like, aired on the Nick app. Like, or I don't know, but like it was the last episode. Like, who gives a shit if the Nick executives, like, want to not have the kiss happen? Just fight tooth and nail. Like, you're not gonna probably be working for them anyway. I don't think any of the producers of Korra actually are working for Nick at the moment. Like, just frickin' stick your head in the sand and be like, no, we're not gonna move forward. Not head in the sand. Stick your heels in the sand, rather, and say we're not gonna move forward until you allow us to do this, you know? They should have fought for it. I think they could have easily gotten it. I forgot to buy Tron's Feather. Oh my god, I forgot to buy Tron's Feather. Alright, well, we're gonna be running really slow. Well, this is gonna take a while. His name is Vulcan, or Vulcan or Vulcan. I can't tell if that's an A or an O. I think it's supposed to be Vulcan, like, you know, as a volcano reference, or something, but it makes me think of Star Trek. What do we got? I had the Chura before, it's not that good. I'm getting all these freaking shitty swords. I guess I'll sell them. Chopper, I got the Chura. Well, the Chura is better than the Chopper, at least. It's almost as good as the Macho Sword. It's faster, actually, than the Macho Sword. Actually, it's a little bit better than the Macho Sword, now that I compare them. But it's still not that good. Also, why can't it be a spear, or a gun, or a ring? I'm getting nothing but items for the main character, and I want items for everybody else instead. Or rather, I'm getting nothing but weapons for the main character, and I'd rather have them for anybody else. I'd even take more slingshots. I don't need them, but I'd rather have more slingshots over swords at this point. Cool, 2 repair powders. That's nice. Yeah, Korra was filled with so much production drama. I don't see why, like, they wouldn't just, like if you're already basically at war with the company that employs you, and you're not going to be working on a show with them after you finish, and it's the last episode of the last season, just fight for everything you want. Like, it was the perfect time for them to fight, and they didn't. Or if they did, they quit before they should have. The thing that also pisses me off is that they, you know, the way they confirmed it on, like, the internet after the fact, that they did it in such a way, like, with such a tone where they were, like, proud of themselves for, you know, confirming it online after the fact. It's like, no, you don't get to, like, be like, yeah, they're gay, you can't tell us otherwise, we're the creators. You can't do that! That's not how art works. I don't know the exact drama. It's just there was a whole bunch of like Korra wasn't aired on the actual TV or on like cable TV. It was aired on the app, and it was like all released at once or something. It was like I don't know. I don't know the details. It's been too many years. It's just there was a lot of issues with that show. I think the reason the end of season 1 was so rushed just because they thought they weren't going to get a season 2. So they ruined the creators basically ruined the ending of season 1 because they thought they had to tie the series up for good. And then Nick was like, "Nah, we'll let you make more seasons." And then how those seasons were released to the public was fucked up. And I'm sure there's a lot of other issues that I can't remember. I know the big issues were, like the biggest ones were that Korra was supposed to end after season 1 according to Nickelodeon. They were like, "No, we're not going to continue it." Then they went back on that, and then they, instead of airing it on cable at one point, started airing it just on the app and nowhere else. And I don't know if there's funding issues or not. Korra has really great animation throughout, so it seems like they got all the funding they needed. For the animation, at least, but I don't know. It's something I might want to research in the future, but I don't know how much is out there. Nickelodeon is one of those companies that doesn't want, like, you know, to be transparent. Neither does Cartoon Network, really, for the most part. And I mean, it's understandable why, because everybody's gonna hate them for it, right? They're gonna have people who like that cartoon be angry if they're transparent about their plans. So it makes sense why they would just shut up, but it still sucks. Oh, I walked into that. This is... Can I just comment on how the Crescent Baron is... I really like him, but he's so weird. From far away, he kind of looks like a corn cob in a cape. Like, he looks like a ear of corn in a cape. And then close up, he kind of looks like a Pokemon or something, like a Digimon actually. And then from certain angles, from like the side, he kind of looks like a wasp or like an insectoid of some kind. I really like the design. It's just so weird though. But I think that might actually be one of my favorite enemies, because it's so silly looking. Crescent Baron. Oh, Ira Katunda, you just got here, but I'm actually going to stop streaming in about 10 minutes tops, I'd say. So, sorry about that bad timing. Yeah, I'm gonna stop streaming as soon as I complete this floor here. I'll go buy a Drawn's Feather and then call it quits, because I want to go make some tea. So sorry about you dropped into the stream right as it's about to end, but thank you for dropping in nonetheless. Hope to catch you again later. I should kill these with a cat because they have repair powders. Precious, precious repair powder. And let's go ahead and upgrade. Alright, how much more do I need? Still need attack and MP, still need ice, still need undead and mimic, okay. I think I'm all out of mimics actually. Yeah, I have more undeads in storage, but definitely out of mimic. pretty sure I can buy a Mimic in a store somewhere. Have I watched Rooster Teeth shows? RBR whatever is the Rooster Teeth show, right? I haven't seen that one. Not really interested, sorry. But then I don't know what else they produce, so, I don't think I've seen any, but I don't know exactly the full, catalog of their programming. Magical hammer for Ricky! Ricky doesn't need more weapons, though. Ricky has this ultimate hammer already. God, it's not even good. It has big bucks on. Wait, no, that's the big bucks hammer. Hold on. 62, attribute 30. Okay. It's okay. It's pretty good, actually. It's not bad. But, yeah, it's actually not bad. But Ricky doesn't need Ricky doesn't need more weapons. God damn it. Yeah, I don't know what Camp XA is, but I've never watched Red vs. Blue. I mean, when I was little, I've seen, like, clips of it, when, like, my friends watched it or whatever, but, like, very briefly. I never, like, actually got into it, or it never appealed to me. But no, I don't think I've watched any of their stuff. Camp? I've never even heard of Camp. Is RWBY that show that, what's that fighting game? There's that 2-on-2 fighting game. It was at EVO this year. I think it had its grand finals, earlier in the morning. BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, I think. Is that game the one with the RB character or whatever? Am I thinking the right thing? Okay, yeah. Okay, so yeah, I do know what RWBY is, but I don't know what, like, the plot is. I don't really know the plot, and I'm not really interested in getting into it. But, I do recognize its characters when I see them. Really, the thing about Rooster Teeth that I'm most familiar with is they were the first company to finally, like, fire Vic Mignogna, or Vic... I don't know how to say his name. I call him Vic Bologna. But anyway, they're the first company to finally fire him, despite him being, like, creepy at cons for over a decade, and it being, like, an open secret in the con circuit that he was, like, a creepy, rude asshole, and was, like, really weird and took back teenagers to his, like, room. And God knows what else happened with his fans. But yeah, they were the first company to finally be like, no, we don't want this guy to be associated with us. It's like, good on them, because Funimation, honestly, I feel like Funimation kept him around because he, you know, was a big draw for a while, and they just kind of ignored all the crap behavior that was going on for ages. His lawsuit, by the way, is a fucking joke. Like, he is definitely going to lose. He's definitely going to be forced to pay for the defender's lawyer costs as per Texas, like, as per Texas statutes or whatever they're called. Like, God, his lawsuit only made other, like, claims against him come into the limelight. Like, there's a lot more sexual assault, like, claims from people who were underage at the time that came forward because he chose to sue people who spoke out about his behavior within the company. Oh, Biggie, if you didn't hear about any of this, it's been going on for like several months now. Yeah, he got fired a while ago from Rooster Teeth and then Funimation, and then this one like horrible like bigoted dude set up a GoFundMe for him and set him up with like this incompetent lawyer that every other legal person is like laughing at nonstop. And then like Vic is suing the people who spoke out against his behavior for slander or defamation or whatnot. And his lawyer, one of the funniest things I've seen is that like there's a tweet calling Vic like a pile of shit, and his lawyer literally was like, Vic is not a pile of shit because he is not physically composed of feces. Like, I'm not joking you, he literally was like, Vic, this is defamation because Vic is not literally poop. Like, that was in official court documents. Like, like, you can't make that stuff up. But yeah, so I really like the FMA dub, and watching it now is really hard because I hate Vic now, and it's like, god damn it, Edward Elric has the most dialogue out of anyone in that show, and like now I can't hear his voice without thinking of what a creepy asshole Vic is. And like I said, I didn't find out about the con circuit thing until like 5 years. Like, I knew of Vic being creepy before he was fired, but not that long ago. It's like maybe like 3 years ago I first found out about it. But it's apparently been like well known and like documented for at least a decade that people like on forums posted stuff about it, and it was like talked about among cosplayers and whatnot. But yeah, on the Resetera forum, there's a thread about the Vic lawsuit, and it's like 150 pages at this point. But they were like keeping up with all the like hilarious bits of nonsense from the actual paperwork in the lawsuit. And there's so much ridiculous stuff in there. There's a Twitter guy who's like a lawyer. Can't remember his name. But I think his Twitter handle is like the Threadnought or something like that, or maybe that's his Twitter name currently is like Threadnought. Anyway, he's been just for fun, I guess. I guess he's been going through like every deposition statement and whatnot, and like pointing out all the hilarity and like all the incompetence. So that's how most people are familiar with how just freaking preposterous it all is. Honestly, it should have a documentary made about it after it's all over, because there's so much like what the hell kind of stuff in there. So Vic was, interviewed by, I don't know if he was interviewed by the defense or what, I don't remember the details, but anyway, as part of the court, he was interviewed, and it was asked if he thought it was, like, creepy to kiss, like, underage, girls at cosplay, at, convention signing events. Like, is it creepy to, like, kiss them or touch them, like, or, like, hug them and stuff like that? And he's like, no, it's not creepy if they ask me for it. So he's basically, like, admitting that he will kiss any underage person that asks him to get kissed, and that it's not problematic at all. It's a mess. He is not... Oh, another thing about Vic, actually. He was fired from teaching at a Catholic school before he was a voice actor for propositioning a student for sex, essentially. That's... oh my god. I don't remember the exact language. I don't remember if it was quite that serious, but he basically tried to get a high school student to go, home with him. And he was fired for it. Also, his wife recently left him because apparently he was, hiring a whole bunch of hookers all the time without her knowing. And it's just general sexual activity like that. So, there's a really intense statement from his wife in the court depot as well. Yeah, there's a lot. I only tangentially keep up with it because sometimes it's the stuff that's funny about it, from how incompetent his lawyer is, kind of allows all the horrible stuff to feel, you know, it allows you to laugh a little bit, so you're not bogged down by how horrible it all is. But I haven't really seen, it hasn't really gone too much into, like, the public eye. Like, nobody's really writing articles about it in any sort of news outlet that, you know, holds prominence yet. I feel like it's because they're waiting for the case to wrap up first. They're, like, waiting for it to get underway a bit more, and then pull the most, like, bizarre, stupid stuff out of it. I can only imagine that's why, because there's so many things from the multiple depositions that have been released online that are just hilarious. Like, his lawyer doesn't know what he's doing at all. Oh yeah, that's another thing about Vic McNogna, or however you pronounce his name. Yeah, he was definitely homosexuality. He was definitely against homosexuality. I don't know how strongly he came out against it, but definitely there are statements from him about how, you know, it's the standard Christian type deal. It's like the fundy Christian view of it. I don't know how strongly worded his statements were, but his beliefs were definitely very anti-LGBTQ. But yeah, he's your standard sort of, you know, like, fundy Christian dude who cheats on his wife and tries to proposition minors and says weirdly sexual, creepy stuff and kisses minors at cons, and doesn't seem to understand, like, the power dynamic that a voice actor might have with, like, 14 and 15-year-old fans, right? Like, he seems completely, maybe willfully oblivious that there's, like, a power dynamic when you have underage fans of your work. It's bad. Like, and there's a lot of stuff he could have potentially done that no one will ever know about, because, you know, somebody would have to come forward about it. But he got fired for harassing his workplace. He got hired for harassing women in the workplace at, I guess, the voice acting studios. Okay, so yeah, anyway, kind of a downer to end the stream on, talking about this pretty big sexual harassment case going around. But I do want to remind everybody, he's suing the people who spoke out against him. Like, he's not being sued, he's actually the one trying to sue the other people. And he's basically tanking his career even further, because, like, after it's all done, even less people are gonna want to be associated with him. There's a very small handful of cons that's still inviting him, and those cons are garbage, because they should not be doing that. Yeah, it's very possible, Dread Pupper, that he gets off on the power dynamics, but here's the thing. If you understood that kind of stuff, some of his statements, like, I feel like he would lie in court about some stuff if he understood it. But he was giving, like, answers in court as if he doesn't understand why it's creepy to kiss, like, 14-year-olds at signing events. Like, he was straight up like, no, I see absolutely nothing wrong with kissing 13 and 14-year-olds if they ask me to kiss them. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure it was, like, on the cheek, or, like, I don't think it was on the lips, but still, like, that's still fucking not, like, something you should ever say in a courtroom. So that's why I'm saying he might actually be, to a degree, oblivious about it. It might be both, because, like, his statements imply he thinks there's nothing wrong with it. I don't know. Like, he could get off on it and simultaneously think it's perfectly fine. But yeah. There's, of course, like, a bunch of defenders out there on the internet defending him and giving him money. His court fees are being paid by GoFundMe, that I think raised, like, a fuck ton of money. I think over 100,000 at least. It might even be over 200,000. Like, I don't know. I don't want to look it up because it'll upset me. But his defense squad has raised a bunch of money to pay for his fees, which he definitely will need, because, like I said, when he loses his lawsuit, he'll have to pay for the defendant's fees. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna call it quits because I'm just kind of rambling on about this, and yeah, I don't want to get too much into it further because like I could look it all up and look up the actual details, but that's gonna ruin my night because some of it is very funny, but most of it is just upsetting because ultimately people were harmed by this. Alright, good night. I might stream during the week at some point because I really want to finish Dark Cloud. I don't want to say I'm over it because that implies I don't still enjoy the gameplay loop, but it's samey enough and I've been streaming it enough where I feel like I want to stream something else. I still want to play this game, but I want to stream something else and I want to have something else to talk about. But since I started this, I don't want to just not finish it. I do want to get to the final boss and, you know, complete the playthrough, so to say. So I might stream during the weekdays. I'll post on Twitter if I do, because it'll be not my regular time. And then I'm most likely going to move back my weekend streaming schedule, which I often ignore. I'm sorry. Half the time I don't even stream on weekends. But when I do stream on weekends, I think I'm going to start at 8 p.m. PST now, instead of 10 p.m. So 2 hours earlier, I think I'm going to try and see how it works out. Alright. So, yeah, see ya, everyone. Are we close to the end of this game? Ira Katunda asks. I think so. We got... Real quick. We just got our final character. This is the last character we unlock. I'm gonna imagine there's one more town or like location after the moon. So most likely this is the second to last dungeon. If it's not the second to last, it is definitely the third to last, but it's probably the second to last. So we are fairly close to the end. I'd say we're maybe 70 to 80% of the way through. Probably closer to 70 would be my guess. Okay, and that'll be it. Oh yeah, next game, I said this before, I think next game will be Nier Automata. I just bought that earlier. I'm curious whether I'm gonna think it's mediocre, or whether I'm gonna like it or hate it. I'm betting I'm gonna think it's mediocre. I think there's like a 50% chance I'll think it's mediocre, and a 25% chance I'll like it. But, we'll see. I'm hoping I at least like the gameplay, because it's platinum, so even if it's not that advanced relative to like other character action games, it should still be fun to... Like, it should still be a smooth and fluid experience that's fun to, like, actually, you know, press buttons and stuff. I hope. But yeah, and then I also bought... So, Monster Hunter Iceborne comes out, I think, in like a month. I might stream that every now and then, because I'll be playing it a lot, I'm sure. I'm actually kind of on the fence about buying it. I know if I buy it, if I give in and buy it, I'm going to play it a lot. But I'm also not that tempted to start, so I'm almost tempted to like wait for it to go on sale first, like, because it's gonna come out at $40, and I'm sure if I give it like 6 months, it's gonna drop down to 20. So I'm almost tempted to wait for it to drop in price and then play it. But I do know if I buy it when it comes out, I will definitely end up getting hooked again. So I'm on the fence about that one. But then I also bought Ys 8, which is another JRPG that's it's an action JRPG again, so more JRPGs. I have a lot of JRPGs I want to play. But what else? Oh, I might stream Dragon Ball. We'll see. Because Janemba comes out next week, I think. And then yeah. So it's mostly JRPGs, Monster Hunter, and maybe like one day of Dragon Ball in the future, where I just mess around with this moveset and try to, you know, relearn the game after not playing it for 5 months. But I'm not exactly certain yet. I know I said I have a lot of 2D horror games on the backlog that I haven't gotten around to yet, but now I also have a bunch of JRPGs on the backlog I haven't gotten around to yet. And I still have to finish Bloodborne one day. I still have to go back to the Bloodborne DLC and get my ass kicked, because I suck at Bloodborne way more than I suck at Dark Souls for some reason. Grumpy Llama asks if cliche in anime bothers me. It does a lot. I watched a ton of anime and I read a ton of manga in high school. And as I basically started going to college, right around that time when I was 18, just like right when I turned 18, I basically like got over all those tropes and cliches, and now I hate them with a passion. And that's why I don't actually watch that much anime anymore. But I still can now and then tolerate JRPGs. I'm hoping none of them are too awful in their tropes that I'm gonna play, but I don't. So it sounds like like based on my streaming recently, it sounds like I play a ton of JRPGs. I haven't actually played a JRPG in like 5 years at least. So I'm basically coming back to them after a big long break. I think the last JRPG I played was for the Nintendo DS. I think it was like Radiant Historia or something. Something like that. So I like the adventure aspect in JRPGs, but I hate the anime tropes. And I'm hoping... I know Ys 8 starts with that really like annoying trope where like, oh, a character sees one of the females accidentally, you know, naked or whatever. But it was by accident, he swears, but he still gets hit for it or whatnot. I'm pretty sure Ys has one of those moments early on, but then everything after that isn't quite as bad from what I've heard. I heard that was like the worst of it, was early on, just that one character interaction, and then after that it's kind of more excusable for any of the common tropes. Yeah, I've so before I gave in and bought Nier, I was on forums reading a lot of spoiler-free pros and cons about the game. Like, I looked up a lot of people discussing why they dislike it, and I looked up a lot of people discussing why they like it. So I'm like ready to not have it live up to all the hype that's around it, basically, because a lot of the criticisms seem like something that would resonate with me. A lot of, like, there is a decent amount of people saying the story is nowhere as deep as everybody wants to make it out to be. And I'm like, yeah, it's probably not going to be very deep then. But I'm going in, like, expecting to think it's mediocre, basically. So, but I think I might still enjoy it. Also, yeah, I totally got sidetracked trying to answer stream questions. Or one stream question. Sorry. All right, let's call it quits. I have this terrible habit of rambling on and on and on and on when I'm trying to end a stream, because I don't like. I'm bad at coming to an end. I'm bad at ending things, unless I'm writing a script. I'm actually pretty good at ending things in a script. But if I'm just talking off the cuff, I suck at just like ending things because I don't know when I should stop. It doesn't ever feel like a good time. And then if anybody asks me a question, then I'm like, well, now I have to answer them, and then I just keep on talking. Oh my god. So Ira Katunda says, Nier isn't super deep, but it's not Detroit Become Human levels of shallow. If Nier was Detroit Become Human levels of shallow, I would be tempted to return it, like, right now. Like, if you told me it was actually comparable to David Cage storytelling, I would actually return it this very moment, because I hate David Cage with a burning passion, and I hate how his incompetent, awful stories receive so many, like... I hate how those stories make so much money in the industry. It makes me depressed how... I mean, it shouldn't make me depressed because it shows that anybody can get lucky and apparently make it big without any actual skill. But at the same time, that just makes life a lottery, and due to capitalism, wealth inequality is climbing ever higher, and it's, you know, wealth inequality in the US is at an all-time high right now, and it doesn't make me proud that, like, you don't have to be competent to get far in life, because all that means is that it's just all predominantly luck-based and circumstance-based, and most people will just fall through their cracks and, you know, have shitty lives. Anyway, I'm gonna stop now. Good night, everyone. David Cage sucks. Fuck you, David. I'm gonna stop the stream by saying fuck you, David Cage. Go to hell, you old bastard.